Feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you.
Oh, we moving. Yeah, not even in deep waters. I've been dealing with Lyme disease for about 10 plus years, Lion, and they just had a huge conference with HHS about Lyme disease. So I'm going to be doing a react to this here for pretty much the vast majority of the stream. This is a 2-hour RFK interview, not even interview, conference that HHS held yesterday on Lyme disease. And this is a very, very sensitive topic, not sensitive topic, but this is a very, very prominent topic for me because I've been dealing with chronic Lyme disease for over a decade now. And it's the main reason why my joints are so bad. I mean, the weight's a big part of it. I take responsibility for that. But that being said, Lyme disease, for lack of a better word, is a motherfucker. Absolute motherfucker. Benny, you sexy son of a bitch. How you doing? How's your day going? Also, a forewarning. We have had extremely high winds up here today. My power has gone out twice today. So if the stream just ends randomly, my power went out. Yeah, the politics. I mean, it's barely politics. It's HHS stuff. HHS stuff. Still in the realm of safety, you know what I mean? To a degree, anyway. How's your guys' days going, though? Good, I hope? I had a rough-ass morning. I got to the gym. I don't want to call it a rough-ass morning. I got to the gym. I did both the treadmill and the pool. I didn't get the distances I wanted today. I only got 1,000 meters in the pool. I only got 0.6 of a mile on the treadmill. I was very sore. My knees were very, very bad today. That being said, my knees are very, very bad today because I tried to get a little too acrobatic with the wife yesterday. I'm doing it, Rob. I'm doing it. Like I said, I was just giving a forewarning. If I disappear into thin air, man, the electricity fairies got me. If it does happen, it's only happened twice today, and it flicked right back on. So I'll give it 2 tries. If we lose the power twice, I'll probably just cut it for the night. But as of now, we're good. I've been good for the last 45 minutes. I just ate 600 grams of chuck steak. I am feeling good. I am energized, and I am ready. We're going to throw our toes in the old political realm here slightly. We're going to talk about the RFK conference yesterday on Lyme disease. Very, very special topic for me. Awful topic. Anyone who has Lyme disease, man, they're going through a hell you don't understand. Yeah, RFK gets a lot of hate. I mean, anyone who's involved with the right now gets a ton of fucking hate. It's just the way it is, you know what I mean? Oh, imagine if we could just have logical discussion instead of just hate and anger, and you know what I mean? But we're gonna see. Like I said, I don't want to get super political or anything, but this is a very big conference on Lyme disease, so super, super interested in it. We're gonna dive into it here in just a moment. But very interested to see on this. Very interested to see if they're going to put more money towards it, if there's actually going to be an effort to get rid of it, because it destroys lives. It's destroying my life every single day. My cartilage gets worse. It feels like by the minute. I can feel the benefits of the diet and the exercise and everything helping me, but it's just the Lyme in the background just constantly shitting on me. And it sucks. It sucks. No, I did indeed, Benny. I did indeed. I ate like crazy today. I had 260, either 260 or 280 grams. I wrote it down in my book. 260 or 280 grams of ground beef this morning. The rest of the 80-20 I had. Then I did 2 big chuck steaks. The things are like this big. They're huge. I barely got 2 of them in the air fryer. I air fried them, then pan-seared them with some of that Wagyu beef tallow. It was really, really good. Really, really good. The puppy's already taken a nap. Puppy had 2 pieces, 2 big old pieces. Wife's out of town, so she doesn't yell at me for giving me big old pieces to the dog. But I feel good. I feel good. We're going to see. I mean, I definitely bumped up the calories the last 2 days here. We're going to see what happens in the weigh-in tomorrow. Very curious, man. Very curious. We had 4.8 pounds we needed to lose to hit the 100 mark. I mean, we still got till Monday, but I jumped on the scale. I didn't jump on the scale today. I jumped on the scale yesterday morning, and it hadn't budged. Actually, I think I went back up. From the Monday weigh-in, I went back up like 0.3 as of yesterday morning, so we'll see what happens. I stepped up the calories. I exercised as much as my body would absolutely let me here the last 2 days, so... But glad, that was 5 days straight of the gym. We were on 5 days straight of the gym. It feels amazing. We're doing 5 days a week. Tomorrow and Saturday are my new rest days for the gym. So I am off of the gym tomorrow. Gonna be nice. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll be getting my goddamn cables run tomorrow for my new lab. The new Beat Lab. I had a bad morning. I found my wife's biscottis. As punishment, I'm on sardines now. What's the calories up to? I'm at around 1950 right now for the day. 1950. Oh, no. I'm at 2150 because I had 2 beef sticks this morning as well. Those Chomps beef sticks, the Aldi's ones. They're not the cleanest things ever, but they're still good. Yeah, those biscottis are dangerous, Lion. Those things are dangerous, dude. So my wife is dedicated to starting keto carnivore with me once she finishes her contract. The Sell You Stuff bots are here. Oh, yeah, dude. Do you want viewers? Do you want emotes and stuff? Oh, join the Discord. We'll talk about emotes and banners, and you can pay me to make you banners. Fucking 20 of them a stream, man. There's like 20 of them a stream coming in. I gotta figure out. So I think the best way, so you guys on Kick and YouTube can see each other, I gotta figure out how to do it. I should get a chat overlay on the screen. Actually, hold on. We're gonna see if I can do this real quick. We're going to see if I can do this real quick. We're going to add input capture, browser, nah, because a window capture is going to cap the whole fucking thing. Video capture device, no, media source, image slideshow. Screen capture, checking OBS. Nice. Fucking any viewers, man. That's awesome. That's absolutely awesome, dude. Glad you're having a good start. Sorry I didn't stop in last night. I've been super busy here the last 2 days. It was my wife's day off yesterday. I had an absolute phenomenal day with the wife yesterday. Yeah, at least it's hard to overeat those chomps on a budget. They're spendy per calorie. Oh, yeah, dude. Awesome line. Awesome. Love to hear it. Yeah, Bucky, those things are pricey as shit. Every time I do an Aldi's trip, I grab like 2 or 3 of them. I gotta come clean. I've been hanging around all this time, building up rapport with you so I can make a sales pitch about these. You have about 2 of those? Yeah, 2 to 3 per Aldi's haul, because usually I don't eat. I'm still fasting in the morning, and when me and my wife do our grocery haul for the week, we usually go super early in the morning. Deem's nuts! Oh, the serving size is about 2 balls, Rob. Serving size of about 2 balls. Not 2 full balls, about 2 balls. Dude, I was dying in the middle of Sam's Club yesterday with that 2 ball serving, dude. My wife found them. Dude, I'll tell you what. I had an awesome day with the wife yesterday, but she is still eating like absolute dog shit. And I mean absolute dog shit. She's getting the mixed boxes of Fritos and Cheetos and all that stuff. She got Oreos. My God, dude, she got Uncrustables. So my wife, on her trip yesterday, she drugged me through every demon aisle there was in Sam's Club. So I had to grumble about it. I didn't really care, but I was grumbling the whole time. So every single box of everything we walked past, I just said how loud I missed it. I miss biscottis. I miss pretzels. I miss cheese balls. I miss chicken. I miss pork. She drug me through that whole store. Get your 2 balls as often as I can get it to her. Same, what I'm saying. That's why my knees hurt so goddamn bad today, too. I tried to get a bit too much acrobatic in yesterday. Got a little acrobatic, a bit more than I should have, and I woke up paying the price this morning on my knees, so. Couple servings of Deem's Nuts. Yeah, Bucky, I want to say 2 usually to take home, and a lot of times if I'm feeling a little peckish in the morning, because we shop super early to beat all the rush crowd. I like getting my food shopping and Sam's Club and all that. I like being there at like 9 in the morning when no one's there and it's still pretty quiet and the lines are short. So I'm usually in my fast right there. If I'm feeling real peckish or my stomach's grumbling, I'll usually get a chomp and eat that on the way home. It's pretty easy to convert to 16, 20 hours. Oh, yeah. I've been thinking about it for a while now. It would be super easy to do. I don't see a problem doing that. I don't want to aggressively change anything right now because we're shooting for that 100 pounds down. We have tomorrow's weigh-in and Monday's weigh-in, which I'm not going to bullshit you guys. The goal is to weigh or hit the 100-pound loss goal by Christmas is the goal. That being said, I might move next Monday's weigh-in to Christmas Eve. I might move that to Wednesday. If we don't hit it tomorrow. I might push that back to Wednesday just to give myself a couple extra days to try and get it off. But we'll see what happens tomorrow. I'm not expecting to hit it tomorrow. I did not weigh this morning. I briefly stepped on the scale yesterday morning, and I was actually up 0.3, I think, from where I was on Monday. So we'll see what happens. Chomps. Nah, because in Aldi's, she don't care. Aldi's is all for me. She gets all her shit at Sam's Club. She never gets anything for herself at Aldi's. So I just beeline to the meat section in Aldi's. And man, we made out good yesterday, dude. There's so much shit on sale. We got roasts. We got top sirloins. Waterfast would help with that. Yeah, probably would. Maybe we'll consider it. Maybe we'll do that leading up to Christmas. Maybe Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday we'll do that next week. Actually, I don't know about that because I have blood tests for my hormone levels on Wednesday. So maybe making an aggressive change right before that. I have done 24 hours is the highest I've done, but highest I've done is 24. And it really wasn't too much of a struggle. Speaking of, you got my nice icy jug right here. Wife, you got me 2 sneaky Christmas presents. They're coming early. I saw the Amazon order. She got me a blood pressure cuff, an automated one I can use by myself when she's not here for my blood pressure. And she saw how much I loved Element. She got me a big old box of Element, too. God, I love that woman. Poison, water, medicine, chomps, medicine. I'm telling you, Benny, she drugged me up and down every single aisle in that store, dude. The Oreos, the protein balls, the bagels. She took me through the bagels. Usually they want, I think this one's 10 hours, and it's hormone level. So I got to be there. The doctor said male hormones are the way it works. I need to be there before 10 a.m. There's something about the 10 a.m. mark where hormones fluctuate or something. So Wednesday morning, that is my goal. Actually, I have a very busy day next Wednesday. Christmas Eve is going to be a shit show for me. Thank God that's normally my off day from streaming. I have my hormone test. I see the orthopedic doctor Wednesday. I feel like there's something else in there too. It's probably a shopping day. God, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going shopping on Christmas Eve. Heard you were at 14 meds. Sounds like where you're done or where you're up to. The carb balls? Yeah, bullion. Yeah. I was laughing when I saw those. The wife gets them. The wife really likes them. So, I mean, it's sad to say those protein balls or carb balls are literally the healthiest thing my wife probably eats. Or she got like 2 salads yesterday. And she's probably in here right now listening to me. I'm not sorry. You know you eat like shit. But she's only doing it for the rest of her contract. I told her, And on top of that, guess what else she did yesterday? So we're out and about. And she let me get, we're going around. I got a little price. I got 2 more Black Angus ribeyes yesterday. So I splurged a little bit. The shoe would be at Candy Bars. Yeah, oh yeah, for sure, Betty. For sure. And so she says after Aldi's, she's like, oh yeah, by the way, right before we went in Aldi's, I ordered Olive Garden. We got to go pick up Olive Garden. So I had to ride home after her dragging me through every junk food aisle there was with the smell of fresh Olive Garden fettuccine Alfredo in the passenger seat. It was a day to test my willpower, and I stayed strong, gentlemen. I stayed strong. Element has what they call the Insider Bundle. It's 4 boxes for the price of 3. You pick the flavors, $135. Yeah, you also, if you subscribe to their stuff, I'm pretty sure it's free to subscribe. No, actually, they only had $1. They only had one, and it was grapefruit juice, and my wife had one, and yeah. No, they only had 1 up. They had 1 up, and it was grapefruit juice, and it was really, really good. I was wandering half the time in Sam's Club. I was wandering around trying to find some hand sanitizer because I picked up one of the meats to look at it, and I got all sorts of meat sauce all over my fingers. So I said, yeah, shit. Running around the store with goddamn red meat hands. I'm like, I should probably clean these up. Jonathan, what's going on, man? How you doing? How's life treating you? How's the back? The best protein bar is a can of tuna water. There you go. There you go. So far, Lion, I tried Target? No shit, Bucky. I was actually at Target looking for a Ethernet cable yesterday. I should have looked for it while I was there. Lion, I have tried the watermelon, the citrus, the raspberry, and the orange. Out of all of those, I like all of them except the raspberry. The raspberry is just a little bit too sweet for me. That was the only one I also noticed kind of really had that same consistency that Liquid IV does. This is just not for me. That's the one thing I hate about Liquid IV. It has like the same consistency as saliva. It just feels like slimy sometimes. It's really weird. It depends what brand you get, but it is what it is. Tis what it is. They have a lot I want to try. I think my wife got me... She got me a mix of the citrus and lemonade coming in. The citrus one I loved. I think that citrus one by far is my favorite. I've always liked like really citrusy, limey stuff, and it kind of, that stuff tastes just like trying to think of a good comparison with the citrus. Lemon lime Gatorade. If you've ever had lemon lime Gatorade, it's like a 1-for-1 with that stuff. It's so good. How many meter of cable you need? I have 30 feet I just got. I already got it right now. I just got it's 26 AWG. I got a nice pure copper one. None of the aluminum bullshit. I'm about to rewire my whole office here. Just waiting on my contractor to have like 2 free hours to get over here with the Soma drill to get through the concrete wall. Yeah, I looked into Salter a little bit. I haven't had much of a chance. I have been like nonstop on the go for days, boy. I'm pretty sure you sent that to me when, Tuesday? I think on Tuesday you sent that over in stream. Whoa, it's my ounce to packet ratio. For what, water, Bucky? Very, very low. I did 1 packet when I went to the gym this morning. I did a single packet for 64 ounces, and that was pretty good. That was pretty good. Salter looks really, really good, too. Don't they, Bullion, don't they also have an unflavored kind? That was the other one I wanted to try from Element, was their unflavored brand. See, the problem was, Rochi, is I went to Best Buy, I went to Target, I went to Walmart, I went to a local cable store. Every single Ethernet cable they had was aluminum plated copper. Or no, it was copper plated aluminum. And I don't want that junk. I want the pure copper 26 AWG with the gold plated tips on it. I wanted that exact one. So I ordered a Monoprice. Monoprice is a really, really good brand. It's used to the 2 here in Alamo City. Walmart and Target. Walmart has it too. Awesome. Yeah, that's the one thing I think, Ducky, is tracking that unflavored one down is going to be hard. That's going to be like the one that's like online only for the most part. They had the rest though. Oh, dude, that's awesome. I'm going to have to check out Target. Shit, I would go after the gym tomorrow, but tomorrow's my off day from the gym. Shit, maybe I'll go check it out. Yeah, maybe not. I got a box coming in the mail tomorrow. I'll be good for a while. She got me, I think, a 30-pack. I think she got me a 30-pack, something like that. That's what I'm saying. Fuck that aluminum shit. Because I gotta run 30 feet to get down to my new office. Sadly, the way my house is designed, I'm built into a hillside, and my new office is down in the basement. So rewiring our wireless and router and stuff down there just would have been a terrible idea because everything we run wireless is upstairs. So it would have just been a terrible signal. So now I have to run an Ethernet through my floor, through a concrete wall into my new office. Salt has an unflavored variety. That's what I thought, Billy. I swore I saw it on their website yesterday. They seemed like a very, very comparable brand. Yeah, I'm pretty sure those ones are online only. There's probably not many people that go for them, you know what I mean? Just the hardcore guys like us. Just the hardcore gang like the gang. But everyone else wants their flavors. Everyone else wants their sweet little raspberry and watermelon. I'll tell you what, dude, that watermelon's really good. I was surprised. I don't really like watermelon flavor. Watermelon flavor. Oh, when the autism strikes my words, it truly does strike. For a fraction of the cost, love that. Love that. I was actually considering making some of my own too. Actually getting all the ingredients and making them up. Yeah. Element is so overpriced. Element is so ridiculously priced. If you saw the video I did on it, my comparison, it was over 3 times the cost of Liquid IV, and Liquid IV isn't even fucking cheap. Liquid IV is expensive as shit. A 15-pack of Liquid IV is like $22. Olive Garden Fazoli's bread is amazing. It doesn't compare for me to Texas Roadhouse. Yeah, those Texas Roadhouse buns, dude. Oh my god. Oh my god. And the honey butter, that honey butter they put on it. We're really pushing the limits here, aren't we? We're talking honey butter. We're talking Oreos. My God, man. We're talking about all the junk food shit right now. Woo! But I'll tell you what, dude. It felt good. It felt absolutely amazing to get through that store and all those aisles yesterday and just be able to laugh it off the whole time. I acted like I was grumping, just grumbling. I miss this. I miss that. Every box I walked past, I just said I miss it just to piss my wife off a little bit. But I did it. I walked through. I didn't crave anything. The only thing that really got me going, I miss it, was the bagels and cream cheese. My God, I love a nice bagel and cream cheese in the morning. I truly, truly do. Nice onion bagel. Oh, man. You guys always heard about this Olive Garden? Yeah, Olive Garden's, it's a big old pasta place. It's like a chain Italian restaurant. It's not very high quality, but in a pinch, it's not bad. The Garden of Olives. My wife loves it. My wife is obsessed with it. She gets it all the time. She was being really nice for the first couple weeks when I started carnivore, kind of just not bringing stuff around or keeping all the bad food away from me, and now she's like, you're a couple months in, you're going to be fine. She's literally sitting on the couch eating Olive Garden right in front of me. I'm like helping her unload all her junk food groceries into her car for the week. And oh my God. Yeah, oh yeah. They come right up with a cheese grater. And oh my God, you can cover your whole plate in cheese if you want. She's like, I'll find this Parmesan, sir. Parmesan. I have a weakness for feta too. I love feta cheese. Pizza, that was like one of my go-tos for pizza, was garlic white slices with like big old globs of feta on there, dude. Oh my God, it was so good. Salter is 45 USD for 30 servings of electrolyte. That's a lot better because it's what? Isn't it 45 for like a 20 pack? For Element? I swear it was like 45 for a 20. I'm not sure. It's drinkelement.com. Do like that. That's the same price. That's the same price. 45 for a 30 count for Element as well. Actually, if you subscribe to him, you get 39. We love the cheese. Yeah, Olive Garden's a good time. It's not like the most high quality Italian place. It's still a chain restaurant. It's like the McDonald's of Italian restaurants, you know what I mean? Every town has 2 of the things in them. They're all over the place, but change the vernacular, maybe salad or soup. Yep. Super salad. 45 for 30. Gotcha. Yeah, it's about the exact same for both, it seems like. But luckily enough, they do have their recipes right here. Featured. Looking for somebody. Okay, so they're saying 32 salty. Yeah, 64 is a little bit. Salter. I actually had Salter's website up. Salter. It's livesalter.com. Celtic light gray. Enough with your pop-ups. I don't like your pop-ups. I'm supposed to have a pop-up blocker and all this shit. Where's that at? Where's that? Oh, they have affiliate links. I'm going to sign up for that shit. Oh, I love Gordon Ramsay. That's all me and my wife do. We sit around and watch cooking shows. I haven't seen a ton of Gordon Ramsay lately. I watch a lot of, you ever heard of Tournament of Champions? Like Guy Fieri? Guy Fieri Tournament of Champions is like one of my favorite shows out there right now. They just got done filming a Christmas season. It was really, really good. But that is all we do. When me and my wife are just hanging out, kind of cuddling out on the couch or hanging out together, we just kind of throw on cooking shows and pick some awesome stuff to make. However, for me, it's just more steak. Gordon Ramsay's awesome, though. I absolutely love Gordon Ramsay. Awesome attitude. We actually started, we lost track, but we went back and started watching like the old Hell's Kitchens. Like we started watching the Hell's Kitchens from like 10, 15 years ago when it first started. Super fun watch. Yeah, definitely check out Tournament of Champions. It's really, really good. There's like 5 seasons of it, and every single season's worth watching. It is some of the best cooks in the world. Best cooks in the world. Yeah, Bucky, you're right. I'm not huge on watermelon flavors. There's like that, and the only other watermelon I like is Arizona iced tea. Arizona iced tea has a watermelon flavor that's like seasonal. That's a juice. It'll just say watermelon juice on it. That shit is really, really good. It's also probably like 70 grams of sugar in a can, so there is that. There is also that. Oh, we love staying hydrated. Man, I'm so curious what that scale is going to be tomorrow. So curious on the scale tomorrow. Yeah, Benny, in case you didn't hear me, it's livesalter. Livesalter.com. Livesalter is the website. Shop that. Taste the difference. Yeah, it's pretty much the same price as Element. Actually, I think Element probably comes out a little bit cheaper just because if you get the subscription. I don't know if there's a way to tell Kick that they have a pretty serious bug on their platform, but if you do voice to text to send a message, it automatically shows you as offline. Then I have to exit the app, re-enter the app, look for you, and start the stream every time I do a text. Yeah, that sounds super annoying. I don't really ever use voice to text, so it's not something I've encountered yet. But they probably have a submit error thing. Probably if you go on their website and find like the contact us or whatever, I bet there's a thing to report bugs like that and stuff. I'm sure they'd love to know it. Or maybe they just don't care. I'm not sure. I haven't had any interactions with any actual higher-ups over the Kick yet. I got to you, I got to you, I got to you. All right, what do we got? Hey, Azo. Love this guy, man. He's always showing the love. Always showing the love. So is Bucky. That was a big old Bucky comment, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. A big old Bucky comment. All right, so we're going to get going. Give me 2 seconds here. It is about to get dark for the night here. Give me 2 seconds. I'm going to run around and just turn some lights on here and there so I'm not stumbling over myself here. Give me 2 minutes. I'll be right back.
I just can't let you go. Lord knows that I've tried to. You said I was the only one. No one likes being lied to. You made this mess and left me with the pieces. Now I wanna burn all the bridges between us. I can't focus, I can't forget. I've been thinking too much lately. I just need to clear my head.
So back to YouTube for me. YouTube, fuck the world. Off day, not update. Yeah, I hear you. Well, the minute we have, I'm telling you, the minute I am set up in my new office, Twitch is going to be the main new platform. I will still be streaming to YouTube, but Twitch will be the main one here starting next week. We still got all the YouTube love, so I will not be abandoning YouTube anywhere. All right, we're back. We got a little pen jam and we're good. All right, we are going to start our little react here. I have been dying to check this out. This is the RFK conference. Let me know how the volume is on this.
For joining the HHS Lyme Disease Roundtable today. We have
Lyme disease, baby. They're finally talking about it.
One is going to be on patients, practitioners, and partnerships. As a run a show, we have about an hour today for each roundtable, then a 30-minute break in between. And first off, this is just something the Secretary Kennedy has been very focused on, and the first Trump administration was very focused on as well. And thanks to
YouTube's tough. Yeah, Rosie, YouTube's just tough from a perspective on my side because there's no. YouTube is the classic. YouTube is for sure. I'm going to keep streaming to YouTube no matter what. I will be streaming to all three starting next week because just to expand horizons. Why are they only using beautiful female YouTube influencers over their live Salter? I have no idea, dude. No one wants the 470-pound dude with the fro, man. No one wants the guy with the mane and the mustache. I'm working on a mustache, too, if you can't tell. It's coming in a little, it looks rough for the first week or two, but I am growing a stash back to go with the mane. No one wants me, though. They all want the tiny, beautiful women. It's like Element, too, man. They got Steak and Butter Gal, man. They got all the smoking hot girls out there selling their stuff for them, so none of them want the big man. We'll see. We're waiting to hear back. We are waiting to hear back. There's potential. There's actual potential here. There's actual potential here. We're going to see. Hopefully next week we'll hear back again. All right, let's find out some more about Lyme disease.
Kennedy's leadership made sure that we were going to convene everyone here today for this. So I'm just going to take it to Secretary Kennedy, who's going to give some quick remarks. Then we'll go around for introductions, and we have a few topics that we will be hitting as well today. Sir, I will kick it to you.
Yeah, just first of all, welcome everybody, and welcome to all the panelists. As Ken said, we're going to have two panels today. The first one is going to focus on physicians and treatments.
I feel so bad for his voice, man. I forget what disease he had that caused the damage to his vocal cords and stuff, man. I feel bad for him, dude. That's got to be so rough. Like, it sounds painful when he talks. Not like to hear, but it sounds like he's in pain when he's talking, man. It's rough.
And patients. And the second one on innovations. Both of them will last apparently an hour, or approximately an hour. This is something that I've wanted to do since President Trump offered me this job. My family has been directly affected by Lyme disease. I lived for 35 years in Bedford, New York, which is...
Lyme disease is no fucking joke. I have been dealing with chronic Lyme since, when was I diagnosed? I believe 2013. It was 2014 I was diagnosed. I'm sorry, but 2014 I was diagnosed, and it's a massive, massive issue here in the Northeast. I mean, massive. There's so many people contracting this illness. It's not even funny.
Within the epicenter of Lyme disease. Every member of my family has had Lyme disease. I got Lyme disease in about 1986 when it was still very, very difficult to even.
That's when I was born.
Get it diagnosed.
Add that to the list of the stuff. Challenger explosion, Chernobyl meltdown, RFK got Lyme. All in the year I was brought into this world. Wow.
Luckily for me, I got the classic bullseye on my...
If you are bitten by a tick that transmits Lyme disease to you, if you get the signature bullseye rash, you are actually very, very, very lucky. Because when you get that bullseye rash, you know immediately, that you have Lyme disease. You know right away that you have it. Actually, I'm gonna see if I can find my picture of when I got Lyme the second time. I already have chronic Lyme disease, and I got infected a second time with Lyme on top of that. Let me peruse here real quick. I might actually have the picture of the bullseye rash when I got it. Phone dump. I might. I'm gonna have to do some searching. No, that wasn't it. I don't know if I'm gonna have it or not. I had it somewhere. Was it in Discord maybe? I know somewhere I posted it recently. I'll have to see if I can dig it up. But that bullseye is you've actually won the Lyme disease lottery if you get that bullseye, because that just lets you know immediately you have it. All you have to do is show that bullseye to a doctor, and you'll immediately get doxycycline, and you will clear the disease. As long as you're treated early, you're fine. You're good. You just got to get to it in time and get treated with doxy. Then he had parasites in his brain, poor man. And wasn't he present when his father was killed? I think he was, Benny. I'm pretty sure. 30 ticks a day. Yeah, 30 ticks a day. Yep. They're everywhere. Absolutely everywhere, Buck. Absolutely everywhere, man. They're getting ridiculous. That's why we're looking forward to getting chickens next year. Just let the chickens free range all day and just eat up every tick and other bug they find out there. Just let them free range all day and just lock them up overnight to keep the coyotes out of there. The coyotes and local dogs and all that stuff. I can't seem to find that picture right now, but camera roll. No, it's not in there. Pull Discord over quick. Sorry if I'm I just want to try and find this picture. Is that to him? Hey, I found it. All right, so that is when I got Lyme disease in 2022. This was the 2022 edition of that. But look at that bullseye. I mean, that's clear as day. That is the absolute clear as day bullseyes from a tick. That's also my new man cave. That's the room that will soon be my new office as soon as my lines are in. I'm lucky they just bite me and drop off and die. Yeah, I feel bad at the deer in the summer. I can't imagine how many. Oh, dude, the deer are ridiculous, dude. The deer are just covered in them. But look at that bullseye, man. It's nuts, right? That's crazy. That was 2022, so I'd already had chronic Lyme for like 8 years at this point, and then I get it again. And I think what happened this time is my dog is treated. I have him treated for fleas and ticks every month. So I think what happened is a tick latched onto him, and every single night he jumps up in my lap in my recliner and would lay right on that leg. So I think a tick jumped onto him, said, "Ew, you taste like shit," because you're treated for it. It just fell off onto my leg and zapped me. So boom, Lyme disease again. Target branded me. You ready? You ready for picture 2, Benny? You ready for picture 2? You want to see what it looked like 2 days later? Here, let me show you. Let me show you 2 days later. There you go. That was 2 days later from that bullseye. Look at that shit. Fucking look at that. Dude, and that was, you know when you get a really, really bad sunburn? Jesus Christ. I start listening to RFK. I start talking like RFK. Good God. But, you know when you get a really, really bad sunburn and you can like put your hand above the sunburn and like it's like just heat coming off your skin. Like, dude, that bullseye rash felt like it was 150 degrees. Like my leg was just on absolute fire from that. Absolute fire from that. It was so, so bad. And that was actually, funnily enough, the day that happened was the day it was my grandfather's funeral. And I was so, so sick from the Lyme, I ended up having to leave my grandfather's funeral early, which was absolutely miserable. Kills me to this day that I had to take off early. There to honor him for the day. But I mean, you can see why. You can see why. Absolutely brutal. Absolutely brutal. But Target branded you? Yeah. Yeah, the bullseye rash. Bullseye rash from Lyme. It's the only insect that hits you and gives you the bullseye. Nasty, nasty stuff, though, gentlemen. Nasty, nasty stuff. That's why I'm so interested in this conference they did.
And I was able to get an antibiotic treatment that was successful, so I have not actually gotten sick from it. I had a son who that same year had Bell's palsy, so his face was paralyzed for almost a year. And you can imagine the heartache that caused apparently.
You get Bell's palsy is another huge, huge thing from Lyme. It's basically, you look like you had a stroke. Half your face is just paralyzed. You can't even move it. Absolutely horrible stuff.
I have another son who's had chronic Lyme disease and has gone through many of the periorations and experienced the kind of difficulties and the invisibility that patients.
The invisibility is no joke. Standardized Lyme disease tests barely work. They're like 50-50 at best. There's a more advanced form of the test. It's the D-dimer test. There's a more advanced form that they send out to California to a special lab out there that costs a lot more. It costs like $200 versus $20 for the standard test, and that's why hospitals and shit don't use it. Just because it costs too much. I've been tested for Lyme 3 times and we couldn't figure out when my life was falling apart in 2014. We found a special doctor that sent that test out. Boom. Immediately discovered I was positive for Lyme. Immediately discovered it.
Who suffered chronic Lyme disease all across this country have invariably suffered.
Yeah. It all depends on treatment and stuff. Like, dude, Lyme's no joke though, man. It can just cling on. Wharf. But for sure, it's scary stuff. It's scary stuff. I unfortunately doubt they're ever going to be able to fix mine. I don't think they'll ever fix mine because I got the cartilage damage. I never had Bell's palsy. I had the severe brain fog. I had the heart palpitations. I had the fatigue. I had the muscle aches. I had the cramps. But the biggest takeaway that Lyme disease has done for me has been the damage to my joints. That is why my joints are so screwed up. That's a large part of why I got so fat. And it's just hell. it's utter hell, man. I wish Lyme upon no one. It is a terrible, terrible disease.
Illness. For many years, this agency had a deliberate policy to refuse to engage with the Lyme community. And there were top officials in this agency who were saying that Lyme disease did not exist, who would dismiss patients as
They do too.
the symptoms as psychosomatic. And
They do too. To this day, I have encountered many doctors. There's many doctors to this day that still don't believe that chronic Lyme disease is a thing because they use the cheap ass test and you won't test positive for Lyme, so they say you don't have it. I have my joints are disintegrating. My cartilage is disintegrating. And to have someone tell you that you don't have this disease it's nuts. It's nuts, dude.
send Lyme disease patients to psychiatrists, which
They do. They tried to do that with me. Oh, you're just depressed. You're just anxious. You're panicking. Your joints are this bad from the weight and the weight alone. Like, dude, I know quite a few other boys my size, dude, and ain't none of them got joint issues like I do. None of them do.
you can't imagine a worse combination. These are people who genuinely are ill and are directed to find a psychiatric problem that explains their symptoms. And I've because of where I lived, I've known many people whose lives have been destroyed by this disease, who go to doctor after doctor after doctor, trying to find somebody who will treat it. And one of the problems is that
was me. That was me. I went to like 15 different doctors till I found the one that actually diagnosed me with it with the higher D-dimer test. I went through so many doctors, and they all told me I was insane. They all told me it was in my head. They ran all their tests, said everything's fine. I went to a infectious disease doctor. I went to one of those. I went to psychiatrists. I went to anything you can imagine. Dietitians. I went through everything, dude. Like, my parents were beside themselves because they saw my life falling apart. I lost the ability to drive truck. I lost my oil field job when that happened. Like, dude, I loved working in the oil fields. I loved working in the oil fields, man. Easy job. I made so much money, and I lost the ability to do it because of Lyme.
none of the conventional tests that are administered by physicians' offices in this country, whether blood tests or MRIs, whatever test will not detect Lyme disease. And the physicians community, at least until recently, has not been well educated about it. One of my sons recently, again,
It's the biggest thing, and we talk about this all the time in the stream. You guys who hang out frequently, you know this through and through and through. Doctors are amazing. They have very broad knowledge, but they're also limited by the knowledge that is taught to them. What they are taught in school to them is doctrine, and that's how everything works, and they live and die by it. They breathe by it, and a lot of them aren't willing to change their opinions and see new things, and it's hard. It's hard.
went to the Mayo Clinic and was again told to see a psychiatrist. And I can tell you this child does not need a psychiatrist. He needs help for his illness. And the same thing happened with chronic disease epidemic during the 1980s.
Amazing is a bit further than I'm willing to go. Yep.
Where millions of people were told that they were not sick, even though they had clear symptoms of
I was told so many times I wasn't
disease.
sick.
This agency, this day marks a milestone in this agency where we are recognizing that this is an illness. It's an illness that affects 35 million Americans. COVID also, long COVID, which we had a consortium recently, also affects 35 million Americans, and many of the same things that have happened. And we need to take the same approach that we're taking now with long COVID, which is to go to the physicians who are treating
Yeah,
this
that's it, Benny.
effectively,
That's it.
to talk to the patients, to listen to people, and then to do gold standard science and to develop tests or diagnostics, and then develop methodologies for treatment that are working. And one of the things that we're going to do is start a series under HRSA, a series of centers for excellence around this country, where we will identify the best diagnostics and we will identify the best protocols that are successful in the field and on the ground, so that patients who come in with these symptoms, we're going to do our best also.
What did the old sage Benny have to say? He said the doctors can't think outside of the box because they box their brains in college. I got to figure out a way. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to figure out how to get a live overlay of my version of chat on the screen so you guys can see, watching through the stream, you can see what YouTube and Kick are both saying. I'm trying to figure out a way to do that right now, and this is why Benny is a sage. Benny, you're getting a lot of compliments over on the Kick side right now. I was trying to look into it earlier. I don't know which one. Hold on. We're going to ask Grok real quick. Let's see if there's something quick I can do to get the chat overlay on screen. Embed in stream. Use your streaming software like OBS to display chat as a stream overlay or open it in the browser. Hold on. Okay, hold on. We're going to figure this out quick. Hold on. Sources and click the plus button. Okay. Plus button, so browser source, browser, name it, restream chat overlay, chat overlay, properties window. Create new restream, okay. URL, we go, Control V, okay. Yo, let's go, let's see. Are we seeing that on stream now? Dark said, but we have green and black motif. You do. Doctrine, tradition, habit. Yes, sir. Okay, so that's going to be really big. I embedded chat, but it is not showing any feed from chat. Yo, there we go. Can you see it now, Benny? I'm curious. Rom, if you can't say something, I want to see if this is going to... This should display Kick and YouTube on the same one. It's not going to be a beautiful overlay because it's through Restream, but it should be on screen now. Kick and YouTube on screen. You guys should be able to see each other now. I know it's kind of annoying to do it that way, but I think that's probably the only way you guys will be able to see each other's chats. Took a second. Boop! Yeah, there you go. Everything's right on screen. It's going to be really, really small, but it's the best I can do, really. There's a way to zoom in on it. Make it tall. Yeah, it resizes off a square, so I can't like make it mega huge. Let me know if you guys can read that or not, or if it's just completely unclear. If you guys are on mobile, that's probably going to be nightmare fuel to see. But it's something.
Patients community, that they will be able to direct patients to people who can help them. And, one of the exciting things is that we're seeing many of these clinics, many individual physicians who've decided to specialize in this illness.
It's also showing the new
patients very, very
new messages. It's vertical, too. That's really weird.
And the physicians are reporting excellent results. We want to standardize that. We want to make sure that every physician in this country can recognize the symptoms of Lyme
So damn
disease
tired. Yeah, I bet, Rom. You've been
and
working your
test for
ass
it,
off,
and then
man.
to
You've been
direct
working your ass
patients
off by
to
the sound
best
of it.
possible treatments. I'll say another thing. I spend a lot of my time, my life in the woods, and that experience has now become hazardous across this country.
It always takes me a time when I get new jobs, man. It always takes me so long to adjust to schedule swings like that. The hardest one was always going. It was always going from third shift back to first shift. That was always the hardest one for me. Mostly working on your ass. It's still work though. Dude. Like driving's no joke, man. Like you're saying, you're driving bus, man. You got to be responsible for people's lives, man. You got to be on point. I had so many people, oh, you just drive. It's like, dude, I'm going down the road with sometimes 120,000 pounds behind me. Like, I screw up once, I'm killing a family of 4, you know what I mean? So, you may be sitting on your ass driving, but at the same time, driving is a job. It's a job. It definitely drains you, man. You're using all of your focus to make sure you're being safe out there. Make sure to follow the Federal Motor Safety Carrier Regulations, known as FSMCR. You just added a browser source. Okay, there we go. So it's booting up on that side. There we go. Not the cleanest chat overlay, but nonetheless a chat overlay.
I remember one day in 1987 when I stood in my bathtub and picked 29 ticks off myself. And that was typical in Bedford. If you went out into the woods and you were active.
Route started at 4:30. Yeah, they always start super
I
early.
was in Martha's Vineyard recently, and I learned that half the adult.
That's what I'm saying. When are you going to come over to the dark side, Benny? You going to join the kick crowd?
Population. So
One of us.
it's becoming
One of us.
now to go into the woods, and the Maha movement is trying to get children to be active, to get them to go outside, to get them to experience nature, not only because that's going to benefit them physically, but also the spiritual connection that we get to God.
I feel like RFK is like, Maha movement as a whole is an awesome thing, man. Getting people out there and move and get healthy and get rid of obesity and get people moving again is fucking awesome. But I feel like he's so handcuffed that it's not going to get much stuff done. After split from 2 to 6 p.m. Yeah. So, are you doing anything in the meantime, or you just get to go home and relax in between and make sure you're back at like 2 o'clock or so? I see that would drive me insane having to work that early, then taking some of the day off, then having to go back again. Like that would be super annoying. 6 p.m. makes sense. They run where you're at. Do they run like late buses for school for all the sports players and stuff when they get done with practice? There's always a whole nother round of buses that went out after that. Feel my hand. Friday's either going to be a breeze or rough as shit, no break. We get them to school, they get a half day, so immediately, just turn and burn immediately.
To our own health and well-being, to the serenity that we have access to only when we're in nature. And now that's become a hazardous experience for people. And we've got to figure out a way to make it safe for children to go back in the woods again.
I love that, dude. I grew up in the woods. I grew up back in the late 80s, early 90s, man, where like parents just kicked us out. My mom would kick us out of the house at 9 in the morning and said, don't come back till dinner. She never had a dinner bell, but she'd come out back on the porch and yell for us. We'd be either down on the lake or way down in the woods. We'd be miles in the woods behind the house. We could still hear her up there. My mom could make so much noise yelling, sitting down there, just relaxing. We'd build a little fire or something. Like, all right, time for dinner, guys. We got to go back. But that's how it was back then, dude. And that's something these new generations are truly missing. They're truly, truly missing, dude.
And that's part of what we're doing here. And it starts with listening to patients. During the AIDS epidemic in this country, the NIH took the position that they were an ivory tower, that the solution was going to come from them. And they refused to talk to the physicians who were on the ground in places like Dallas and New York and San Francisco and Los Angeles, where physicians were developing ways of successfully.
You guys ever seen Dallas Buyers Club? on the old HIV topic, Dallas Buyers Club is a crazy movie. Crazy. Dude.
Treating the symptoms of AIDS. And those physicians were silenced, they were delicensed, they were censored, they were demonized and vilified. There was
They rotate assigned extra work unless you're like, I said, here I am, this bad, send me, yeah.
Was one of the ones who convinced Anthony Fauci to do parallel track clinical trials with those physicians on the ground to fast track the clinical trials of the remedies that were actually working to heal patients. And the agency here did that very reluctantly. They wanted to control and they wanted to develop the treatment. And they developed AZT, which probably killed more people than AIDS did, conceivably. Oh, it's not a good match. We need to start listening to the public. And that's what this agency is going to do. I want to thank, first of all, Congressman Chris Smith, who was the chair of the Lyme Caucus and who has been responsible for getting some of the funding that we need to make sure that this works. I also want to thank, is your name Ben?
I wonder, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a doctor at this roundtable named Doctor, save me, Doctor. Take me to see a doctor. Dr. Daniel Cameron. I would not be surprised if Daniel Cameron's here. He's one of the chief guys in the state of New York treating Lyme disease right now. I'm still on his email list on one of my old emails. I still get emails all the time on updates on Lyme and stuff.
Guys, and I know your boss, Steve Cohen.
Oh, there's the handler.
Alex Cohen.
There's the handler.
Who lived very close to me in Bedford and who also had Lyme disease ravage their families. And my daughter was best friends with their children. So I want to thank you on behalf of the Cohen Foundation for the resources that you put into dealing with this terrible, terrible disease. Without you, we wouldn't be anywhere near where we are today. So I hope you thank Alex and Steve for me on behalf of the agency. I also want to thank Congressman Morgan Griffin for joining us today, who's also been a leader on this subject matter. Thank you to also to the subject matter experts, the clinicians, researchers, innovators, patients, caregivers, and thought leaders who are with us today. This is the latest roundtable building on the long COVID roundtables in September about invisible illnesses impacting everyday Americans. Today's event.
I haven't seen much on that COVID roundtable. All I know is that liberals were real upset over. That's all I know about that one. I didn't see the COVID one. Maybe I'll look back and see what they were talking about on that one. But Reverend Gus up to 25 mile. Go windmill power. Yeah, dude, Benny, it's been so windy up here today, dude. I'm surprised my power hasn't gone out again. That's the one downside of living in the middle of the woods is it's quiet, it's nice. There's literally zero crime here. But rather frequently, trees, when it gets windy, like to high-five the power lines. And, yeah, there are frequently times a year that we are out of power for 2 or 3 days at a time. Usually in the summer. Not so much in the wintertime, luckily.
Is more accurately to be called an action table.
Actually, summer sucks, though. You lose all your food. Unless you got a generator to keep your freezers and stuff going, you're going to lose all your food. Wintertime, you lose power for 3 days. Let's go throw it out in the snow real quick.
Because HHS is acting on invisible illness and chronic conditions like Lyme disease. The purpose of today is to elevate patient voices, advance people-first, data-driven Lyme solutions.
Elevate patient voices. Oh, I got some shit I could say. RFK. You should tell me when.
Which President Trump launched in 2018, between 2018 and 2020. It's a partnership between HHS and the Stephen and Alexandra Cohen Foundation. This partnership includes a 3-year memorandum of understanding that will build upon the $25 million that the foundation invested into HHS in the first Trump administration, including the $10 million LymeX Diagnostic Prize and more than $107 million the foundation has funded in total Lyme science and infrastructure, including Lyme disease biobanks and the Lyme Clinical Trials Network. This announcement...
See, the thing is, they always flex these massive numbers about where all this funding's coming from, and $700 million. Well, how much of that actually made it to the studies and research? How much was put into bureaucrats' pockets or put into subgroups that have all sorts of money and ties to other politicians. And like, you really got to wonder where all the money goes.
That affect millions of Americans. HHS appreciates Dr. Ben Nemser of the Cone Foundation for being here and for his leadership. Together, we are redefining the Lyme status quo. Lyme disease affects nearly 500,000 Americans every year. It is a bacterial infection transmitted by the black-legged tick and deer ticks, and cases have now been reported in every U.S. state in the continental United States. Lyme accounts for 82% of all tick-borne diseases and 77% of vector-borne diseases nationally. Tick-borne diseases more than doubled between 2004 and 2016 and continue rising.
And that was right in the time frame that I got my Lyme disease. That time frame he's talking about, that's when I got sick. That's when it all happened.
Children and those who work and recreate outdoors are at highest risk. Ticks also transmit an estimated 20 pathogens that cause human diseases, including those that mimic or compound Lyme symptoms. Some ticks cause alpha-gal syndrome.
Alpha-gal! I knew he was going to bring it up. 25-mile-per-hour gusts is nothing. HES is right. Living in rural or area doesn't correct the level of preparedness to handle standard power outages. Those tend to take longer to get reconnected. Oh, yeah, dude, brilliant. We had, on 4th of July down here, we were out of power for 3.5 days leading up to 4th of July. Luckily, we were almost done with food. We were coming up on a shopping day, so we didn't lose too much. We ended up cooking almost everything we had and just kind of keeping it around for a day or two. But, the time to break even is insane. Yeah, windmills are not the greatest. I'd say the home setups for windmills are nice and effective. They're probably a good thing to have around. But the industrial windmills, like the windmill farms, dude, they're a joke. We're saving the environment. Motherfucker, you know how much hydraulic fluid and oil is in that goddamn windmill right now? How often it needs to get replaced? When the blades are done, like they're not recyclable. They just get put in a hole in the ground. Like, dude, windmills are the biggest joke of clean energy that exists. How much hydraulic fluid is in an industrial windmill? It's a lot.
This is the Lone Star tick. That's the meat allergy. If you get bit by that tick for even 10 seconds, you could be unable to eat meat for the rest of your life.
Yeah, alpha-gal's no joke.
Lyme disease diagnostics remain unreliable. Current tests fail to detect all stages of the infection, and up to 20% of patients experience persistent debilitating symptoms even after antibiotics. Research has been underfunded, misunderstood.
It's all a timing thing is a huge part of it too. The timing of how quick you find it, because by the time we found it, I've already had the disease for 2 or 3 years. Look at the windmill YouTube rant from the main guy on the Landman TV show. Oh yeah. I know the exact one you're talking about, Bullion. The fucking what's his name? Billy Bob Thornton. The Billy Bob Thornton one. I know the exact one you're talking about. That's probably why it's ingrained in my head too. But yeah, it's like you literally don't understand how much hydraulic fluid and oil those windmills go through. Beyond the fact that the blades aren't recyclable, they're not break down, they don't do anything with them. They literally bury them in the ground when they're done with them. Like, it's fucking nuts. It's the biggest scam ever. Yep. Yes, it is. Nuclear, man. Nuclear is the fucking way.
For decades, leaving families without answers. Comprehensive cost.
We literally harnessed the power of the atom close to 100 goddamn years ago. Or not 100, 80 years ago? 80 years ago, we harnessed the power of the atom, and the fact that the entire planet is not powered by nuclear is just a crying shame right now.
Illnesses studies have not yet even quantified the total economic burden of Lyme disease. Lyme disease is an example of a chronic disease that has long been dismissed, with patients receiving inadequate care and at sometimes derision. In the Trump administration, things are different. We are validating patients' experiences now. Our country is built on freedom, and Maha
Let's
is built
go,
on
dude.
informed
Listen
choice
to the
and
people.
medical freedom.
You know how many doctors I had to go through and tell them that I was suffering, that my life was falling apart, that I lost my career, that everything was going down the drain, that I was in so much pain, I didn't even know if I wanted to be alive anymore. My brain fog, all of it, the pain, the heart palpitations. And when you have all of that going on and you're screaming at a doctor that your life is falling apart and every single one of them looks at you and says, nothing's wrong with you, do you know what that does to your brain? You know what it does to your fucking brain? Like, dude, oh my God. Ugh. It's unreal. It's unreal, dude. And I like this. I like where this is going. Solar's better than wind. I also think, like, you see how they're starting to cover parking lots? Like Sam's Club and stuff like that. There's a lot of Sam's Clubs and other stuff. They're putting covered parking in the entire parking lot and putting a lot of solar in there. I do like that. I do like that. Unleashed? A little bit here and there. I'd call Chernobyl unleashed. I'd call 3 Mile Island unleashed, but they're more manageable for sure. Yeah, they definitely are. They definitely are. It's the same thing with disposing of the panels and stuff like that, but I think it's a really good way to go. Like I said, every major parking lot at a shopping center should just be a covered parking lot with solar. You know what I mean? Like the pull-in little slots. Every single spot in the parking lot is covered. That way you don't have to worry about hail, anything else like that. It's just a win-win. It's just a win-win.
And good science. Patients must have clear information, real option, and the freedom to make decisions about their own care. This is especially important for complex chronic conditions like...
I had to beg for doxycycline. I even told my doctor that when I showed you guys the pictures earlier of the bullseye rash, even the doctor I saw on that one, I went to a walk-in so I could get treated because it was over the course of a weekend. He said, oh yeah, we'll put you on 7 days of doxy. I said, no, you're putting me on 21 days of doxycycline. And he looked at me like I was nuts. I'm like, dude, I'm not fucking joking right now. I would also demand that. You guys ever get a bullseye rash for your Lyme disease? You see the big old bullseye, just the signature thing, and they try to put you on 7 days of doxycycline? Utterly demand 21 days. Demand 21 days. It sucks. Being on doxycycline is not a fun time. It's terrible on your gut. You literally can't go out in the sun. You're more susceptible to sunburn. You literally just start blistering and stuff. It's nasty. Nasty, nasty shit, but it kills the fuck out of Lyme.
Lyme disease. I'd like to express my gratitude to everyone with us today. You've all been leading the way on making this invisible illness visible and impossible to ignore.
All right. Thank you, sir, and thank you again. We'll echo you. Thank you, everyone, for being here today. So right now, we're going to have each roundtable participant, if you can please state your name, title, and a short description of some of the work you do, either treating or bringing awareness to Lyme disease, or some of the work you've done as a member of Congress. Congressman Smith, we'll start with you. We'll go counterclockwise around the table.
Thank you so much. Mr. Secretary, first of all, thank you. Let me say that again. Thank you. The patients, their families, everybody involved with Lyme disease and other tick-borne diseases are absolutely thrilled that you're walking point on this. And of course, with the full support of the president, and you are going to make the difference. 33 years ago, I met with CDC, NIH, and HHS people with a delegation from my state, because we're one of the epicenters of Lyme disease. Top people from CDC.
Can't eat cheese either. What do you mean, Benny? With alpha-gal? You talking alpha-gal? You talking what I'm doing? I'm confused. I am confused. Get some high-quality H2O.
And part of the discussion revolved around, they were saying if you take 4 weeks of doxycycline, no matter what stage this disease is in, it goes away. And the insurance companies then said 4 weeks, that's all we're going to reimburse for.
Do yourself solar? Awesome, awesome.
We got them to admit.
My dad's a contractor. He's actually installing. He put a new greenhouse in a storage shed, but he's employing a whole bunch of solar he's doing from home. Talking about the antibiotics? Not that I'm aware of, Benny. No one ever told me not to eat cheese or anything. Basically, the only warning I've ever got with Doxley is stay out of the sun and just be prepared to have the old bubble gut for a couple weeks. I'm pretty sure I ate cheese numerous times while I was taking it. I'm on Doxy currently. I am on a 7-day cycle of Doxy right now as we speak. That's for other tests. That's for some hormone tests coming up. Apparently, there's something they do to the guy who's doing my hormone test. There's something about white blood cell count. If they run you on Doxy for 7 days, it'll level stuff out so they don't get a skewed reading, apparently. So I am currently doing Doxy, which also means I will probably feel the best I've felt in months here in about 3 days once that Doxy gets in and kills off a bunch of the Lyme again. It always does. I take Doxy, it kills the Lyme off. I feel good for a while, and it repopulates out of my cartilage. And it's just right back again. The never-ending nightmare.
That their recommendation was being misread, if that's what it was happening, that they were taking that 4 weeks as that's it for the insurance companies, and they claimed that they would reverse it, and they did. In '94, I offered an amendment to the NDAA, the Appropriations Committee for Armed Services, and frankly, Fort Dix is in my district, and we know that many men and women bivouacking were getting Lyme disease, going back to their states, National Guard and Ready Reserve, only to say, what do I have here? Getting misdiagnosed by doctors who were very ill-informed about what was going on.
Wait, did he say?
Let me say that again. Thank you. The bivouacking were getting Lyme disease, going back to their states, National Guard and Ready Reserve, only to say, what do I have here? Getting misdiagnosed by doctors who were very ill-informed about what was going on. So we did a $850,000 per year program, and it took off. It did become law. In 1998, I introduced the Lyme Disease Initiative of 1998. It had all of the components that you mentioned, trying to find a way of treating, but before that, of discerning who has it, who doesn't, a diagnostic, whether or not vaccines may or may not be applicable. And it was a comprehensive.
I've heard they've been working on a vaccine for years. I don't know if it's going to come to fruition or not. I don't know who is very trusting of vaccines these days after the whole COVID spiel, but detecting and detection and testing standards and everything else, like it's so hard. It's so hard for these guys to get it right. It truly is. It's such a hard thing to detect.
Bill. It was bipartisan. One time I had over 100 co-sponsors, could not get it out of the Energy and Commerce Committee because people in this building were saying, nothing to see here. I was disgusted because I knew a lot of people who had Lyme, including members of the Assembly in New Jersey and others and friends. So it was like, how can you do that? It wasn't until the 2016, and you know this, 21st Century Cures Act, that we put the mainstay of that bill from 1998 into it, dealing with the issue of a blue ribbon type commission, a task force that will leave no stone unturned with Lyme literate people participating. That was transformational. And what Secretary Azar did with his Lyme Disease Initiative and what that report, they finally recognized Lyme, chronic Lyme, which had been a culture of denial for decades.
I was told at least 20 times that chronic Lyme disease is not a real thing. That it's all in my head. Even after having the diagnosis from the other doctor and showing that to other doctors I go to, they would tell me it's all in my head. Chronic Lyme's not real. Here's why it's not real. Blah, 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 blah. And dude, this is all while your life's falling apart from the disease. Like, it is.
But they called it that. And so that anyone who didn't get it right away, the way you did with the antibiotic, with the bullseye, could you then, get some treatment. We did the Tick Act. There was a bipartisan effort again, and you have the senator who championed it on the Senate side, Kay Hagan Tick Act. We're going to reauthorize it this year again. And tonight, the Senate will vote on their NDAA conference report, and I put in an amendment that passed 4 times. It failed, passed in the House, failed in the Senate, to finally look at, and I know you have spoken out so well on this, where did this come from in its hyper current manifestation?
Plum Island. It came from Plum Island. Plum Island is 12 miles off the coast of Lyme, Connecticut. It is the chief bioweapon facility in the U.S., or one of the chief bioweapon or chemical warfare facilities there is. And all of a sudden Lyme disease starts. It's this bad. It's this undetectable. Destroys lives. Appears suddenly 12 miles away in Lyme, Connecticut in the 70s. Could be a coinky dink. I don't think it's a coinky dink. Solar's gotten real cheap. I paid around $10K for my system, 3,600 watts in panels, 10.24 kilowatt in batteries, enough to run a fridge, Starlink, and AC on hot days. Couldn't run AC all night during the day. I could. No, that's awesome. That's awesome, Bucky. That's awesome. That's an awesome backup system. Super awesome backup system, just to keep the essentials going if you're out of power for a few days. Yeah. Oh, I'm sure the price has gone up. Or gone down. Yeah, they're getting a lot more affordable. They're getting a lot better. What's love got to do about it? This is an awesome conference, by the way. I'm sorry if this isn't the most riveting thing for you guys to watch, but this is incredibly interesting to me as someone who's dealt with Lyme for the last 12 to 13 years. It is very interesting stuff. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me, buddy. It wouldn't surprise me. I'm telling you, dude, that's a rabbit hole to go down. I'm pretty sure we've talked about this before, but Plum Island, look into Plum Island and Lyme disease and tell me what you think after doing some research. Literal bioweapons facility, 12 miles off the coast of Lyme, Connecticut. And in the 70s, that's where it started. That's why it's named Lyme disease. It started in Lyme, Connecticut, was when they first found it. Now, Borrelia, I'm going to say this wrong. I'm going to butcher the name. Borrelia burgdorferi is the actual base bacteria that makes up Lyme disease. And going back, they found proof of the bacteria that causes Lyme from 80,000 years ago. But nothing like what it does to people now. Nothing like what it does to people now. Nowhere near as aggressive as a type of disease. So, interesting stuff. Definitely look into it. It's a very, very interesting rabbit hole to go down.
Was it at Fort Detrick? Was it at the place right near you?
Plum Island.
Plum Island, let's go, baby! Let's go! Oh, my God!
There, and GAO will be fully empowered to leave no stone unturned, and now it'll have a congressional mandate to get to the bottom of it.
If there's a congressional mandate that they can dig through this shit and find out if it was a fucking leak from a bioweapon facility, I better get fucking paid. I'm saying that right now, gentlemen. If this turns out to be a confirmed 100% documented fucking lab leak that caused Lyme disease what it is now, I expect motherfuckers to pay me for my years of suffering and fuck our government even more. I was completely off grid, had gas and a generator for multiple cloudy winter days in a row. Nice. Yeah, I want to get a generator. I used to sell generators. I was a power equipment guy for years and years and years. I need to get a home backup generator. I would absolutely love to get one. I don't need anything crazy, just like a 10 kW, little 10 kW, just enough. The biggest thing I want is because when I start getting real cows, when I start splitting like half a cow with my family and shit, or a quarter cow or whatever I get, like, can you imagine getting a quarter cow or a half cow and then losing power for 3 days and your freezers run out of power? Like, dude, that's like $2,000 just gone. So it's worth having a Jenny just to keep your freezers and stuff going. Make sure you don't lose your food. Off-grid's nice, though. I would love to be off-grid. Yeah, and it's the cartilage thing too, Benny. It's the cartilage thing. It burrows into your cartilage, and antibiotics can't get into your cartilage that deep. The only spots in cartilage that antibiotics can get into is wherever there's blood flow, and blood flow does not run very deep into your cartilage. It's literally just around the outer ring. That's why our cartilage can't heal. That's why our cartilage doesn't regrow. Like your outer bits, your meniscuses and stuff like that, those can heal because there's blood flow to them. They can heal over the course of time, albeit very slowly. But the center, like say the center of your knee where my arthritis is, it doesn't heal because there's no blood flow there. There's no way to get platelets in there, or stem cells, or anything else. It just stays there and rots, man. It's misery.
Because they were weaponizing things. Dr. Berthofer, as we all know, was a weapons expert. And he told Chris Newby in her book, Bitten, and I know you've read it, I've read it twice, quoted her extensively, that she looked at his files. And we weaponized, it was stopped by Nixon, that's how far back it goes, but the legacy of that biological weapons testing and the like has been absolutely cruel to our own people. My daughter, eldest daughter, 48 years old, she has chronic Lyme. She manifested about 10 years ago and has been very sick. She has a Lyme literate doctor. Very, very aggressive effort to try to hold it in abeyance because in a way you don't get cured. So I can't thank you enough. And I mean this because we used to talk to the wall in this building. They're always polite, sit there, yes, yes, and then nothing would happen. And you're doing it. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you.
Let's go RFK. That's what we like to hear. That's what we like to hear, dude. This is huge for me, guys. This is absolutely huge for me. Absolutely huge. Use it to charge batteries. Hell yeah.
Congressman.
The golf clap.
Hello, my name is Dr. Ben Nemser, Chief Program Officer for the Stephen and Alexandra Cohen Foundation. First, I would like to thank Secretary Kennedy for hosting this historic roundtable. The Stephen and Alexandra Cohen Foundation is the largest nonprofit funder of Lyme and tick-borne disease research in the U.S. Over the last 10 years, the foundation has granted more than $110 million to the Lyme and tick-borne disease field. Since 2020, this includes a public-private partnership with HHS called the LymeX Innovation Accelerator. The foundation's approach is grounded in the patient experience. Our founder, Alexandra Cohen, has battled Lyme disease for many years, and she is the visionary behind our work.
Boys, we're an hour and a half, and I'm going to take a quick break. I got to go drop the Cosby twins off over to the pool real quick. I'll be back in about 5 minutes. I'll get you some jams going, and we'll be right back. Whoops.
I can't forget. I've been thinking too much lately. I just need to clear my head. 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 I just need to. I just need to clear my head. I just need to. I just need to clear my head. I just need to. I just need to clear my head. I just need to. I just need to clear my head. Can't focus. I can't forget. I've been thinking too much lately. I just need to clear my. I just need to clear my head. Oh, clear my head. I just need to clear my head. I just need to clear my head. Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't know how. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. just like a spark that's breaking out. Can't make a stop, can't turn back now. We know that there's no room for doubt. No, we can't turn back now. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna light it up tonight. We gonna light it up tonight. We gonna light it up just like the sunrise. We gonna light it up now.
I'm on my own, broken alone. I feel the rain crashing down all around this empty town. I'm searching for the lost and found, but you don't care, you're unaware. Keep moving like the scars aren't even there. It's in the air like a blazing flare. Don't stare 'cause the flames will burn us. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. I used to kiss your head when you cried for me. Hold your hand while the pain was over. Keep you warm by the roaring sea. You meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. My darling dear, you're never here. When I'm in pain, you hide and disappear. Like shadows in the atmosphere, charting the stratosphere. Yeah. I prayed for you and kept you near in hopes you'd chase away my fears. I'm on my own, you made it so, and now I'm chasing nightmares through. I used to run with you through the great big leaves, laugh at you when you laugh at me. Hope for us because I believe the home was just you and me. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me.
All right. We're back. Whew. No, we lost kick. Yeah, I turned off the wrong one. I meant to turn my camera off for a second when I walked away there, but I actually turned off the other one. It's in a different order now. You look into hyperbaric chambers or breathing exercise. Sauna has the same effect along with exercise. More oxygen, more heart pump, the more chance for blood flow and oxygen to reach certain areas, the more chance. Sounds really good, Bucky. Masterpiece. Yeah. New toxins, they're amazing. Oh no, we lost Kick. Kick has not been very conversational today. Hell yeah, you should have been. Goddamn, I had some chuck steaks today. All those chuck steaks I showed in the video yesterday. Oh my god, I had 2 of those for dinner tonight, dude. Woo, about 560 grams worth of chuck steak, man. It was so good. So good. All right, let's get back here.
Personally, I'm a caregiver to my wife who has endured Lyme and tick-borne disease co-infections for over a decade. The foundation has funded more than 70 projects, but for this discussion, I would like to highlight one, the Lyme Clinical Trials Network. Started in 2021 at leading clinical institutions such as Johns Hopkins, Mount Sinai, University of North Carolina, to name a few.
Oh, hey, Wicked Luda. Oh, my God. Am I working on growing my stream? Hold on. Let me show you the fucking door real quick. Goodbye. Oh,
The network conducts studies based on treatments that
yeah.
are
Oh, dude, Buck, they're so good, dude. They're so, so good. Also, Benny, congratulations. Jeez. I started talking about the steaks I ate. Congrats on 10 months, my man. Congrats on 10 months. It's absolutely awesome, man. You're going to be at a year in no time. They were, dude. They were so marbled and so good. That's when the chuck roast begins? Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. Dude, they're so cheap, too. That's 4 of those steaks for like $19 at Sam's Club we got. 4 steaks for $19. And 2 of them. I did 2 of them tonight. I split them up into bags of 2 in the freezer. The 2 I did tonight were about 560 grams. So you get close to 1,000 grams for fucking $19. Like, dude, that's money. That is absolute money.
Lyme doctors.
I'm just going to start surviving off of those. Every time we can find those now, I'm just going to grab the hell out of them. I mean, that's what? 19, it's like 25 steaks for $100. Like, that's not bad.
For other health conditions and rigorously evaluates them in robust clinical settings. The Lyme Clinical Trials Network is designed to build evidence for repurposing medicines and other treatments so we can improve the lives of people suffering now. While the network is currently testing many treatments, they can use additional support to expand capacity.
Yeah, oh, dude, I'm telling you, these chuck rolls, the chuck ones I got are fucking money, dude. They're so marbled. They weren't tough. They weren't chewy, dude. They're almost more tender than the Black Angus ribeye I had yesterday. They were just as tender. I cooked them absolutely perfect. Not to toot my own horn, but man. Yep, that's what we did yesterday. I found the fattiest ones they had, man. Oh my God, they're so good. I did air fryer. I air fried them at 400 for 3 minutes on one side, 2 minutes on the other side. Then I pan seared them with that Wagyu beef tallow. Oh my God, man. Perfect medium rare. Perfect medium rare. So good. The old reverse sear, man, works every single time, especially with like those thin ones.
And test more treatments so that patients and clinicians recommend to the network. Moreover, once the evidence is generated, the network needs support to disseminate this knowledge, to educate and train hundreds of thousands of frontline clinicians across the country. Better treatments for the 2 million people suffering from long Lyme or chronic Lyme are within our grasp, but we need to collaborate for maximum patient benefit. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. First of all, thank you so much, Mr. Secretary, for inviting me to this roundtable. My name is Rachel Markey. I am a physician assistant and live here in Washington, D.C. I have been practicing medicine for 15 years now and working specifically with Lyme patients for 12. I started in Lyme disease working with a prior Lyme practitioner, and I didn't know much about it at the time. I was hopeful that I'd be on the cusp of, new science and new developments, and I'm sad to say that not a lot has changed since then. So I'm excited to be here to see what kind of innovations and what next steps can be taken. I'm honored to be here to give a voice to my patients who are family to me and who have been marginalized for years and years. So thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Markey.
Good afternoon, Secretary Kennedy. Thank you. My name is Dovi Honig, founder of Life for Lyme, patient, someone who suffers from chronic illness from Lyme. I myself have a similar story to what your children face. I went into the hospital 15 years ago, thought I had a stroke.
Let's
They
go,
dismissed
Benny.
me without any diagnostics. I went to a personal physician who said that there could be Bell's palsy and let's test you for Lyme. And he came back all excited to me, like it was like lighting 8 candles of Hanukkah the first day. You have all 10 bands, positive. I never saw
Time
that
for
before.
Hanukkah.
And he treated me, and after I was treated, slowly within the year, my whole body started deteriorating and falling apart. And we started doing some research, and I learned about all different co-infections that ticks carry that we're unaware of. That the
Yeah,
hospital
co-infections
was
will
unaware
get
of,
you.
that the doctor was unaware of and didn't test before. And I took tests for these co-infections, Bartonella, all these things, and I had every different type of co-infection, and we couldn't treat one before the other and learn about one before the other. From that, we established, since I have the Orthodox Jewish Chamber of Commerce, a big network of doctors, and we established a call center, and we started referring people who are suffering from different symptoms to be able to diagnose and explain to them, create a panel of different blood work they should take to be able to know that there's different co-infections. We shared it with hospitals. I created R&D papers. I met with governors, with the Secretary of Health from different states, and we showed them that this has to be implemented into the hospitals. So first of all, I want to thank you. We're working since last November, Secretary Kennedy discussing about creating this initiative, and you're true for your word.
I love seeing the amount of work going into this stuff, but the problem is it sounds like a lot of it's going to have to get through Senate and Congress, and it could just die there just as easy as they're talking about implementing it. You know what I mean? Time will tell. Time will tell.
Dr. Oz, we met by the inauguration, the presidents, and we spoke about the initiative that me and the Secretary was working about, and you embraced it right away. And a special shout out to Chris Smith, who's the oldest senior congressman who tirelessly effort working together with us on this and many other things. And it's frustration. I remember Chris telling me, CDC walked into my office and said we failed in Lyme. And I just want to finish with a takeaway of prevention, because I'm not a doctor, but we do have the biggest referral department, and we saved tons of, over 30,000 people we serviced already. Prevention, number one.
I keep hearing the person cough in the
that
background. It sounds like they're in my
immediately,
house.
I suggest within 30
I keep
days
swearing, I'm like, why is
to
someone
have
coughing
the CDC
downstairs?
guidelines updated with co-infections that exist. And with those
The co-infections are crazy. Lyme just makes you, it weakens your immune system and makes you so susceptible to just so many other things. Especially other stuff that ticks themselves carry. So, not what you want, man. No, next thing you know, you can get Lyme disease, and without even knowing it, you can have 2 or 3 other things going on top of it that they're not even testing for. Crazy compounding stuff.
symptoms that exist to be distributed to all hospitals and doctors. Because regardless, until we come to a solution, at least let them know to test for what symptoms, because they're oblivious. They're letting people out without proper diagnostics, what they get sicker and sicker from. Number 2 is awareness campaigns. What we do, Life for Lyme. I do billboards, spend tens of thousands of dollars a year, papers, awareness, flyers all over the place. We focus on hospitals, doctors, and we focus on the public. If you have these symptoms, suicidal symptoms, if you have fatigue, if you have brain fog, if you have all these different symptoms, get tested for not just for Lyme, but for all the other different co-infections. And we share that, and we print out all the co-infections awareness. So there's 2 elements, and the doctors and the hospitals have to be educated, and the patients have to know what to look out for. That's going to save lives. You at least know that people will be able to tap into what's doing. And the third thing is insurances. Insurances, it's killing families. We deal daily with families, breadwinners, who are suffering from Lyme disease.
Yeah, no, and dude, that was me. You just lose your job. You can't work anymore. You lose your career over this stuff. You lose the ability to provide for your family. It is absolutely insane. Insane what this disease does to you. It ruins your life. It truly ruins your life.
Now it mimics all different diseases. So people are running from doctor to doctor, different symptoms, and at the same time they can't provide for their families, and it's out of pocket because insurance only covers the first initial meeting. So with having said that, insurance should be addressed right away, and it should be even this should be executive order that they have to cover the extended care.
Yeah, the extended care is a big one, man, because Once they say you're chronic, 90% of them just say, oh, well, there's nothing we can do. Or they'll either say it's in your head or there's nothing we can do, and they will not cover any further treatment. Not that there's really many other effective treatments that are dealing with chronic Lyme, but it's insane. Like, they can just say, okay, so, yeah, no, you got Lyme. Or they can say, oh, no, chronic Lyme doesn't even exist. And, yeah, you're just cut off. Insurance won't cover anything after that. They won't cover anything, so they don't even acknowledge it as being real half the time.
My name is Stephen Phillips. Thank you very much for inviting me to speak today. Good afternoon. I'm a physician, researcher, and author. In 1996, I opened my medical practice, and from day one, we focused on chronic illness. And the goal was to identify and diagnose properly chronic infections that are known to cause a wide range of chronic and autoimmune illness, things like Lyme and others. And that's what we've done. And my practice has been exceptionally effective at getting patients off of disability and back to full lives. And these results have been replicated over several decades, over more than 25,000 patients. My research areas have been fairly broad. I started out with microbiology and immunology work, went into innovative ways for direct detection tests, which are desperately needed. Mm-hmm. And my most recent research area has been in drug development, where I've worked with...
Drug development is one thing, chronic treatment's another thing, but detection is such a big thing here. Detection is such a massive thing. If you can't tell that you have it, how are you ever going to get treated? Even the early stages. I mean, they can test you for Lyme, but if it comes back negative, you could still have it because that test is what? It's 50% inaccurate. And then you're not even going to get treated for it. They'll fight you every step of the way to even put you on an antibiotic to deal with the initial stage. And that's how you get chronic. All you have to do, the biggest thing with Lyme is early detection. You detect it early, you treat it with doxycycline, you're fine. You're going to feel like absolute shit for probably a month or 2 months once it's clearing out of your system. But all you need is that doxy early enough and you're going to be absolutely fine. You're going to clear it and nothing else is going to happen. But in so many situations, those tests show you're negative, even though you're positive, because the testing standards are absolute and utter bullshit. That's what we need. Detection is one of the biggest things we need for Lyme disease. It truly is.
People at Stanford to formulate.
I'm sorry if this isn't the most riveting thing for you guys to watch either. This is incredibly interesting to me just because I deal with it myself, but this is awesome. This is truly, truly awesome. I hope they get all the funding they need. I hope they're able to pass whatever legislature they need to get all this stuff through. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. Hey, I'm going to take a call briefly. I will be right back. All right, we're back. I'm pretty sure Benny Bob started from a weight loss angle. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Also, fun side note, my Instagram post is at 104,000 views. We're fucking killing it, boys. We are absolutely killing it.
A new drug candidate, and it's been the final throes of testing at Tulane University. And I'm really privileged to serve on the scientific advisory board for the Bay Area Lyme Foundation, which has funded $40 million of research that's been some of the best in the field. It's the most patient-centric, most innovative, and really the most impactful. I'm also an author, a co-author of Chronic, which is a best-selling book on chronic illness, and it details my story. And
yeah, I swore it was a weight loss thing, buddy. I knew it was. I swore it was the same reason I did it. Well, I also have the reason of trying to heal my joints, but I don't think I'm going to get there. I don't know if I'm going to have the ability to get there or not, man. My joints are just getting so goddamn bad. So bad. Every time I think I'm making progress, they just end up getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. However, I should be able to get shots again soon, so that's one thing. That should help just a bit.
It's really
I think we're going to get another 10 or 15 minutes of this in quick, and then we're probably going to spice it up a little bit. We'll see what's going on with the Driscoll gang. We are going to finish this up tomorrow on stream, though. This is incredibly interesting to me. This is awesome info. I love to see these guys committed and trying to push legislature to get this done, to absolutely get this done. Some of the joints. Oh, he lost a lot. Yeah, we tried the massage thing. It's just, it's so temporary. It makes everything feel better for like 20, 30 minutes. The biggest thing is, honestly, your suggestion, Bucky, is still the most help I'm getting on anything. Your suggestion of the dry sauna has been absolutely game-changing for me. It's been absolutely game-changing. The best I feel all day with my joints is literally probably the 3 or 4 hours after I'm in that dry sauna. I actually screwed up today, Bucky. I did my dry sauna today after the pool session, and I ended up getting in a killer conversation with a local farmer. We were talking diet and stuff. There's a local farm guy and cattle raiser that was there, and he himself is down like 90 pounds. I ended up having such a riveting conversation with him, I lost track of time. I was in the dry sauna for like 35 minutes. 35 minutes, I'll tell you what, dude, I don't sweat. I don't know why I don't sweat, dude, but 35 minutes in the sauna, I was barely sweating, dude. It's like, I don't know if I got to stay in that thing for an hour and a half to actually start sweating or what, or maybe just my sweat glands or such shit because I'm fat. I don't know. I don't know. I started usually eating Indian food for the spices to help my joints, vinegar, turmeric, and eating a large salad at night doing the usual calorie restriction. Yeah, I think that's where a lot of us started. That's what I did too. I was doing low fat, low carb, low sugar. I was doing the standard like lean ground beef with like a cup of rice and a cup of vegetables every night, and that was like it. That was like the weight loss clinic recommended way to go. And I saw some success, but not much. And I was miserable the whole time. I was absolutely miserable the entire time. I'm going to try adjusting my gain here a little bit. Let me know if this sounds any better for you guys. I want to see if that's going to be any better, if that clears me up a little bit. I might have been sounding a little echoey here. I keep nudging buttons on my new mic. My new Mickerson.
Distillation of the decades of research and my medical practice and what I've accumulated knowledge. And I'm a best-selling author on Substack, and it's called Zero Spin. So like others here today, my family and myself have been devastated by these infections. I was motivated to open my practice, not because I got Lyme in med school, but yeah. Oh, sure. Take after my dad with my soft-spoken. I said I was motivated to do what I do because of my father. I ended up getting Lyme in med school, and it was a chronic and relapsing course, but it was not disabling. But what I did learn through my studies, because I took all these electives in Lyme at Yale, and I realized my father was most likely suffering from undiagnosed Lyme for more than 20 years. So he had an insidiously progressive dilated cardiomyopathy. He was given 6 months to live. They were putting him on a heart transplant list. And I went to the cardiologist and I said, can we test him for Lyme? And the guy refused. And I was thrust in this very unfortunate position to try to have to desperately save my father's life. And fortunately, he responded really beautifully to antibiotics, and his heart function normalized, and he lived another 25 years. And in 2010, I came down with an absolutely devastating illness related to Bartonella, which I...
Yeah, Bartonella, that's the one I was trying to think. Bartonella is another one of the co-infections you can get, and it's really, really bad. It's nasty stuff.
And just for the sake of brevity for these introductions, I won't go into the full details of all that, but I would like the opportunity during this roundtable to, paint the four corners of the problems, because after 30 years, they're pretty apparent to me now, and to hopefully present some potential paths forward of how we can get this situation taken care of.
Thank you, Dr. Phillips.
Benny, I love how you're suggesting all the time when I was on Base Carnivores, just eat some butter. I'm like, nah, no, I'm never going to eat butter. And one night I was walking through the kitchen trying to graze, and I just saw that Kerrygold sitting there and said, all right, I'll try a little bit. And next thing I know, I was eating butter. Next thing you know, I was putting Kerrygold down.
Hello, my name is. Hello, my name is Samuel Sofio. I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio. I'm a junior at Cedarville University. Secretary Kennedy, thank you for the honor of being at this table, and thank you all for caring about those afflicted with Lyme disease. My story reflects many across this nation. In 2020, I became chronically ill. My parents, who watched me sprint across the
Not eating butter, so
now
Jesus
watch-
Christ, they're having mic issues at this thing. No, it's 35 minutes. What was the temp for what, Bucky? Not eating butter is foolish. Dude, I never thought I was going to be that guy. There's something about Kerrygold, though, man. That Kerrygold, if it's been sitting out all day, oh my God, if you got like a little butter boat or a butter tray, dude, it's nice and soft and just melts. And oh my God, that was my snack food. I miss Base Carnivore, but now that we actually had a week where I don't have to eat a shit ton of ground meat and ground lamb and ground beef, I'm liking Lion again a lot. Now that I'm eating chuck steaks and roasts and all sorts of other stuff. He has a lot to penetrate. Oh, the temp. Yeah, yeah. We were talking about the sauna. I said 35 minutes. The hottest, the one at my gym gets is like a 160. That's the absolute hottest it gets. Yeah, it's got a lot to penetrate, man. I am super, super well insulated. I am very well insulated, I'll put it that way. Two things I can say about myself with absolute certainty. I'm well insulated, and I'm very, very buoyant in the water. All right, give me 2 minutes. I would be sitting right here to answer questions and bullshit with you guys. I got to post up on TikTok and Instagram here. By the way, new video just dropped on YouTube. It is live now. You like black girls? All right, Instagram good. TikTok. Even when it's hard. The USG is the most funded institution on the planet, yet they still have crappy quality press events. Yeah. Dude, I know. The mic quality, Jesus Christ, these mics are like screeching so bad, I can't even keep listening to it. Definitely dampens the noise the longer you're on it. Yeah. Does the mic sound any better? Do I sound less muffled right now? I probably should sound a little better. I'm trying to get my gain adjusted now. I got all my volume settings right, but now the gain and all that stuff I'm trying to get dialed in. Let's see. Hashtag fitness. Hashtag journey. Hashtag transformation. Hashtags. Gym motivation. Hashtags. Spirit. Inspiration. Okay. Sorry, I keep muting my mic out. I was using copyrighted music for my shorts today, and if it picks it up on stream through the microphone, I'll probably get copyrighted on the stream video itself, and I'd like to avoid that at all costs. Saturated fats are really good at helping us control our internal temperatures, and it helps us not to get sunburn. Blame seed oils for every sunburn that you've ever had. Yeah. It's actually, for me being on Doxy right now, it was like super, super sunny out today, and I was out, and I'm not even remotely red. I mean, before this on Doxy, that much sun exposure that I had today, I would have been cooked. I would have been absolutely cooked. I would have been Mr. Lobster walking around.
As I struggle to go on walks.
I'm so sorry.
Oh.
I'm so.
All right. My story reflects many across this nation. In 2020, I became chronically ill. My parents, who watched me sprint across soccer fields, now watched as I struggled to go on walks, to take deep breaths, and even just to function without pain and fatigue. My parents drained their hard-earned money with doctor appointments, blood tests, heart monitors.
Come on, guys. This is fucking the garlic. Fix your fucking mic setup. Get yourself some Sennheiser mics like I have. They're not even that expensive. This fucking thing with the whole setup and boom armor is like $80.
The medical system tosses us back and forth, leaving us at the end of the road broken, with misdiagnoses, little in our wallets, and no answers. If it wasn't for my relationship with Christ, I would have lost hope. I've been fighting Lyme disease for more than 5 years. Currently,
Carrie Man's podcast covers Don't Get Sunburned. Always find the name of that podcast a little funny. It's true that it helps. I don't think you're completely immune. Yeah, for sure. I think you could just tolerate a whole lot more. You could definitely tolerate a lot more. Like I said, with the amount of sun exposure I had today, just being on Doxy like I am right now, I should have been sizzled. I was a little red. I thought, no, I'm already getting burnt. And then it was just, my skin was just red from being in the sauna for so long. I just couldn't believe it. I didn't break a sweat. Everyone in that sauna with me that was just, dude, we were having an awesome conversation on food and diets and life. And I just lost track of time. Everyone in there was pouring sweat. Absolutely pouring sweat, man. I didn't have a single bead of sweat on me. I don't know why. I don't sweat in the sauna. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. The Carrie Man podcast.
yeah, I'm being treated by Limelight provider Carrie Hodges. I'm very thankful for just the blessing she's been in my life. She works with long COVID doctor Jordan Vaughn. As you all know, patients need better and affordable testing. We need insurance to cover our treatments because we pay out of pocket. Thankfully, organizations like Limelight help patients with this. Lastly, one Lyme sufferer said, "Let me know if you find something that works." Some patients spend years sinking all of their money into treatment, but they don't get better. We are hoping for more research.
This poor kid is like the absolute opportunity of his lifetime to talk about the chronic illness that's absolutely afflicting his life in front of some of the biggest names in healthcare in our country and one of the biggest health problems ripping up the country right now. And his mic is doing that the whole time. Props to him for keeping composed.
To know what works. Secretary Kennedy, I know that you understand the impact of Lyme disease, and I want to say thank you, and thank you all. I know that you all are fighting for us and are dedicated to gold standard care. Thank you.
Everyone's clapping in front of their mic and the things are just going nuts. There's the sound guy coming in.
Good afternoon. My name is Olivia Goodrow. I'm 21 years old and I have been battling tick-borne diseases for 14 years now. It took... Yes, I can. Better? Wonderful. I'm 21 years old and I've been battling tick-borne diseases for 14 years now. It took 51 doctors and 18 months for me to just be diagnosed with Lyme disease. Then it took another 3 years and 4 more doctors to be diagnosed with 5 other co-infections. At 12 years old, I started the Live Lyme Foundation to give money to kids to afford their Lyme disease medication, to give funding, and to promote awareness. Starting at 13, I began developing apps, including Tick Tracker, the Long Haul Tracker, and Tickmojis, which I will talk about later. Through Live Lyme, I've hosted 6 scientific international summits that have had participants from over 50 different countries. I've also written
You'd be
my
surprised.
memoir,
You'd be
Let's
surprised.
Change
It's
Lives,
sunny
From
as hell up
Illness
here
to
right now.
Activism.
It's actually been gorgeous the last couple of days. We've been like almost 50 degrees. All the snow's melting off. Oh, it's been great. It's absolutely great. Sunshine, no clouds. It has been beautiful out. The video I put out earlier, the video I put out at like 10 o'clock this morning, dude, you couldn't even see me in the video. The sun was so bright in that thing.
Which details how I turned Lyme disease into limeade. Lastly, I am a junior at UCLA, and I am working with renowned scientists on rapid diagnostics for tick-borne diseases. Secretary Kennedy, thank you so much for inviting me here today, and thank you all here for the incredible work that you do, and I look forward to making history.
I like what she's about.
Hi, thank you so much for convening this meeting. My name is Lyndon Hu. I'm an infectious disease physician at Tufts University. So I think I'm probably part of that ivory tower. But I will be the first to admit that we have not, in the 25 years I've been doing basic science, patient treatment, and clinical
it's been
science.
bitter here. It was bitter before that. We've been in the negatives at night, and then during the day, lucky if we were hitting like 10, 13 degrees, somewhere in that range. But yeah, it's been gorgeous. Me and the wife were bombing around town yesterday with the windows down in the truck. It was like 50 degrees. I didn't have sleeves. Oh my God, it was so nice. So nice.
Been able to come up with satisfactory answers for patients and cures. And I think we need to do better. I will say, though, that I am probably the most excited I've ever been during my career at the opportunities we have to actually solve this right now. Science, that's thanks a lot to people in this room, at this table, and also in the audience here, in terms of bringing attention, focus, and funding to this problem. And I think we're at a very unique point in science where we now have the tools to do things. Traditionally, we've done science, in very precise, elegant ways, looking at one potential hypothesis at a time. But now, with the technology that we have, we can do what's called unbiased science and look at all the hypotheses at once and have the patient and the patient data tell us what's the important thing to be looking at. So to that end, I'll just mention 2 things that we're involved in at Tufts. One is an NIH-funded study to enroll 1,000 patients with Lyme disease so that we can put them through all these what are called multi-omic tests and come to some answers with that. But one of the unique things that we're doing
We got a puppy.
in the study is that we are actually using clinicians on the front lines and as our research centers. And so they're the ones who are involved in bringing the patients to us, enrolling them, and being involved in telling us what they're seeing. So we've learned a lot.
You're going to learn about Lyme
trial.
disease? You're going to learn about
We're
Lyme
only in our
disease with
first
me?
year,
Yeah.
in terms of how to work with clinicians, busy clinicians who are not prepared to do research and what kinds of support we need to give them to be able to do the best kinds of research. The other thing I'll just mention quickly is that we're also involved in a drug repurposing study. We've just
I love when
completed
Kenworth comes to say
screening
hi. There's nothing better than when he actually wants to come over here and say hi, man. I turned around, he's just looking at me saying, pick me up, scoop me, take me. You're such a good dog. You're such a good dog. Yeah, you're such a good boy. You're such a good boy.
50,000 compounds against Lyme disease, many of which we found active are actually very common, safe medications. I'm not sure where we're going to go with those eventually, but the idea is that we are now taking that. We're on our way to 100,000, and we are going to take that, feed that with our collaborators into a machine learning artificial intelligence model where we can then screen virtual libraries of hundreds of billions of compounds quickly to identify the parts of the ones that we actually screen physically that are the most active, because repurposed drugs are not designed for treatment of Lyme disease. But if we can figure out what makes them active using machine learning, we can develop better drugs for that. So I'll stop there, and thank you so much for convening this.
This is such an
Thank you,
awesome
Dr.
group.
Thank you very much. I'm Morgan Griffith. I represent the 9th District of Virginia, which is southwest, western, and parts of central Virginia. Needless to say, we are a hotspot, like so many others, for tick-borne illnesses, and cases have been increasing. Lyme disease is devastating. Virginia Tech in my district is doing some research to understand the prevalence and gather more information into Lyme disease and other tick-borne illnesses. I would be remiss, and I think we all agree, that Chris Smith has just done amazing work, and I'm hopeful that we can get his Hagen Tick Act through the Energy and Commerce Committee. As chairman of the Health Subcommittee, I will do everything I can to get it on there early. We got a little slowed down by the shutdown, but hopefully we'll get this done next year. That's important for those who want to use a vaccine. FDA is working on clinical trials on a vaccine for Lyme disease.
Again, with people's current trust levels of vaccines, I don't know where people are at with the whole vaccine thing. They have been working on this Lyme vaccine for a very, very long time. For a very long time. What is the good half of Kenworth? His 2 brain cells. Each half of Kenworth is a single brain cell fighting over a piece of cheese. Fighting over a piece of cheese. Come here. Oh, come here. Say hi to everybody. You say hi to everybody. Said, screw that. I don't want to say hi to anyone. I just want ear scratches. I just want ear scratches. Yeah, let's make you full screen. Let's make you full screen. Yeah, Papa. Yeah, puppies. Yeah, Bubba Bear. Yeah, Bubba Bear. He's just an old man. He's just a little old man. You're such a good pup. You're such a good pupper. Damn, puppy, you're starting to get a double chin. You got a puppy double chin going on. And it's just your little beard. And your little puppy beard. He is being a clingy little dog. Usually he wants to get down by now, but now he is just hanging out. Mr. Pops. Mr. Pops. You're just here for scratches. You're just here for scratches. You're such a good Bob. Such an old man, dude. You know when your dog starts getting old, man? Oh, it's so tough to watch. It's so tough to watch. You're such an old, distinguished gentleman. You're an old, distinguished gentleman. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Good boy. You want to go back to your chair? You can go back to your chair. Say bye. Bye. Come here. Very nice of the lad to come say hello. Very, very nice of him. Usually he's more grumpy when I try to get him over here. Man, the stash is coming in so crusty this time. Look at this thing. It's going to look mean once it gets going. I'm going to have the Mike Ditka going on. The old Ditka stash. The Ditka stash. Yeah, oh yeah, dude. He wouldn't have lived at his old home. I am. It's just hard. It's hard, man, seeing a little homie get old. He's not even that old yet. It's just his whole face is starting to turn gray, and it's just like, oh man, I want him to stay a baby forever. I want to be him a little crackhead chihuahua. He's so just tired and lazy all the time, but he's my best little friend. He has lived a very happy, very, very spoiled life. Incredibly spoiled little dog. We don't have children, so he is treated like a child at this point. He is treated with it. He's being super clingy right now because the wife just left to go out of town. He knows she's going to be gone for a while, so that's the whole reason he's clinging on to me super hard right now. But thank you for that, Rob. Thank you for that. That makes me feel better. It makes me feel better. My only and biggest regret is he had a brother and a sister, and we should have gone right back and taken those ones too. That's our only regret. We wish we had a flock of 3 of the little things running around, but hopefully they ended up to good homes. Oh, he is. He gets a little bit of his little his specialized Chihuahua food. The wife still feeds him that. He gets my trimmings all day. You can. He had some raw. He had a nice little chunk of raw 73.27 ground beef yesterday. He had a whole bunch of chuck steak today. I finished off my 80/20 ground beef this morning. He had a whole bunch of that as well. So he is eating carnivore as carnivore can be right now. He's still got a little bit of puppy chow in there, but not a ton. Not a ton.
For what that's worth, we'll see what the studies show. The repurposing.
I truly hope this passes next year. I doubt it's going to. It's going to get bullshitted like it always does. But this would be awesome if they're able to pass this act. It'd be crazy. It seems like it's an add-on to an energy bill, which is the weirdest things. Like, dude, that's the biggest thing we fucking need is just single issue voting. No more compounded bills with 10,000 pages. Single issue voting. All these representatives make what, $80, $90 an hour? They can sit there and single issue vote. I could do it. Pay me $90 an hour. I'll single issue vote. I'll live in that Congress hall 16 hours a day for $90 an hour. I don't give a shit. One of the biggest changes we need. Absolute biggest changes we need. He's out there throwing his toys across the room, getting grumpy.
Compounds, any way that I can help on that makes perfect sense. Use things that we already have tested on the human body.
We'll do another 10 minutes of this and we'll get into some Red Dead.
With that.
We almost got that Driscoll gang cornered up on the hilltop in the cabin.
You mentioned alpha gal. I will tell you that too, it's not, in most cases, it's not nearly as devastating. But good doctors out there in the field, people paying attention to what's going on. I have long had allergies. So I have my, at that time, infant, relatively young son in with me seeing the allergist. And my allergist, Dr. Saju Eben out of Roanoke, Virginia, said to me,
well, I'll be right back.
Any problems lately? I said, well, I've been following my diet strictly. I'm not eating the things I'm not supposed to eat, but I keep getting an upset stomach and I can't figure out why. This would be about 2010, maybe 2011. He says, let me do a test. Sure enough, I have alpha-gal syndrome. Now, I have a very mild case. It causes some stomach upset. But as we had discussions over the years, he told me that there was a case that he was aware of, I'm not sure it was his, where a lady kept breaking out in hives, going into anaphylaxis. And it turned out to be dryer sheets with beef tallow. So some people have severe reactions. Mine, but it's not severe.
Something wrong with your dog? She doesn't like beef very much? Interesting. I've never encountered a dog that didn't like beef.
That he needed to be careful going out in the woods. You mentioned
what breed do you have, Benny?
He's big on hunting and fishing and bow hunting. You name it, he does it. I said, don't wear your shorts, wear long pants, protect yourself. And so I'm kind of excited that you mentioned we've got to get word out there on prevention as well for all of these tick-borne diseases. Fortunately, he has not contracted any of the diseases as of this date, but he wouldn't listen to Dad. But when his best friend came down with alpha-gal, all of a sudden, I haven't said anything, but I noticed he's wearing the long pants now. Mr. Secretary, what Dad's experience didn't help him, but his best friend did. But these are things that we can work on.
Wear long pants in the woods. Wear long pants in the woods.
Platform here. I'm going to mention Revivicor. I'm kind of excited, and I'm going to. The poor dog can't wag his tail. I'm going to wag my tail a little bit on this one. I have no interest in Revivicor. For those who worry about it, I don't own any stock. It's a company that does medicinal stuff. It does organs. In order to transplant organs from pigs and cows, they had to take out the alpha-gal protein genetically from those animals. And I suggested to them in early 2020 that they look into having their product that they originally designed, the genetic work in my district, and look to the FDA to see if they could get it approved for food. In late 2020, they got it approved. There's an alpha-gal safe pig product out there, but no major...
Whoa. Alpha-gal safe pig product. What did I just miss?
Animals. And I suggested to them in early 2020 that they look into having their product that they originally designed, the genetic work in my district, and look to the FDA.
If you tuck them in,
for food.
The biggest thing I do in the woods is I tuck my pants into my socks. Tuck them in. Tuck pants into socks and wear high boots. That's your best bet. Absolute best bet. Fuckers are everywhere, though. I mean, you go in any tall grass, you're just going to get covered in them. Doesn't even matter. They're just fucking everywhere.
Food. In late 2020, they got it approved. There's an alpha gal safe pig product out there, but no major supplier has picked up the license on it. But it's out there.
There's alpha gal safe pig products out there, but no one's approved it yet. And on both sides of the pants, yeah, they'll just cover your pants. Better than your leg. Like I said, tuck in. Wear super tall socks and tuck your pants in. And your pants under your shirt, yeah. You just want to have everything tucked into everything. Or just go my strategy, which is sadly just not going in the woods anymore, which sucks because I want to go in the woods. I absolutely miss spending time in the woods and being out there in nature, but it's like, dude, I just go out there, I'm going to get fucking blasted by them. And it's just wild to think how much time I spent back in the day out in the woods, just out there digging, climbing trees, doing kid shit, you know what I mean? How long I was exposed to that shit. How many times have I actually had it? How long have I actually had chronic Lyme? Like, it's crazy to think about. Actually, funnily enough, the first time I noticed having joint damage, I was around like 14 years old. So I could have had this a lot longer than I thought I did.
For those people who
I'm saying 10, 15 years. This could be close to, 20, 25 years at this point. I could have had it.
suffer from that. So that's a minor one. But then I asked Davis Michaels, who does incredible work for me in my office, to come up with a list of all the different ones. And we know everybody knows about the big three: Lyme, alpha gal, Rocky Mountain spotted fever.
Yep.
My goodness, there's close to a dozen, if not more, diseases, and I'm learning so much listening to all the co-infections and so forth that are going on here. That's why this hearing or meeting today is so important, Mr. Secretary. Thank you so much. And as chairman of the Health Subcommittee of Energy and Commerce, I'll do whatever I can to help move these things along, not just Chris Smith's bill, which he's been the champion on for years and years, but anything else that we can do to improve situations on lots of diseases. But today we'll focus on tick-borne illnesses. And thank you so much for doing this. And I yield.
Thank you, Chairman. I asked Dr. Oz to come here to talk about some of the funding options for Americans who may get sick.
So first off, let me make it clear to all of you, if you didn't already realize it, that this Sentinel event, this roundtable online, would never have happened if it wasn't for Secretary Kennedy sitting calmly next to me, not being so calm all the time, taking a
I'm sure they got him injected with some crazy shit. I don't know, Betty. He didn't really speak too much on it. All that he said is there is a product out there that's pig and is safe. And the problem is there's licensing for it, and no producers or manufacturers, anyone has picked up on it yet. So who knows? That would definitely take some more research. Like I said, we're going to watch this whole thing on stream. I'm going to rewatch this also off of stream as well and reclip the shit out of it to make some videos, I think, because this is big. This is really, really big. I don't know if you guys realize how big this is, because Lyme is truly nightmare fuel. All the co-infections, alpha gal, Rocky Mountain spotted fever, fucking all of it, dude. Like, all this shit needs to go. Literally nature's dirty hypodermic needle sitting around there. But it's something they did. I don't know if it's an injection they give the pigs or something, but there's something they're doing with a certain pig product that's making it okay. But no distributors are picking up the contract on it, is what it sounds like. So who knows? It could be new. It could be something that's a ways out still, but at least there's something. You know what I mean? Although it seems like, realistically, you're allergic to red meat. You're still just you can still go carnivore. You're just going to be kind of lower fat. You're just going to be doing bird and seafood and stuff like that, fish. Still rough, man. I hope I never have to deal with that. I already got the Lyme side. Leave me alone with alpha gal. Leave me alone with this alpha gal bullshit. Clear all that. Boys, Instagram is taking off, man. Yo, we just hit 110,000 views on an Instagram video. 110K. It was 104 this morning. We got 6K more today. This keeps going like this. We got potential for this video to hit like 200,000 if it keeps going at this rate. This is going to be absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. YouTube dying, Instagram absolutely taking off. I'm about to be an Instagram man. Actually, funnily enough, you know what I'm about to start doing on TikTok and TikTok only next week? I'm going to start reading, I'm going to make a Patreon, and I'm going to start offering paid sessions of me with my deep, grumbly voice reading the chapters from smut books for women. My wife's suggestion. She had me use my deepest, most grumbly voice to read one of her girly smut books the other day, and it worked so good. I've been requested to do it on TikTok for a while. So on TikTok, I'm going to put a teaser out probably early next week, and I'm going to read a chapter that's not too spicy, but just to show what I can do, then I'm going to make a Patreon and charge like $5 to read a chapter or something. I think it's going to be a really smart play. I think I might actually get some business on that end. I got to do it right in the morning when my voice is nice and deep and grumbly. You know what I'm saying? It's what the ladies like to hear. You grumble in their ear a little bit there. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Come on, man.
He looks mild-mannered here, but you get him going on things like...
He looks mild-mannered talking about RFK, yeah. Yeah, okay. Hey, give me 2 seconds. I'm just going to refill my water quick. I'll be right back. All right, we're back and we're hydrated. And I just pulled out that skirt steak for tomorrow. That's going to be really, really good, I think. Really, really good. Though I don't remember the last time I cooked a skirt steak. I'm actually going to have to remember what the hell to do on that.
Lime, and it gets them agitated for a very good reason. The massive ship that is HHS, even with the great captain, cannot change direction unless he's barking about it all the time. And I learned early on that when you mix medicine with politics, you know what you get? Politics. There's no more medicine left. I learned this on the show when I began talking about chronic Lyme, and I've had many of the folks around this table, either on the show or I interviewed them around it. Dr. Phillips and others have come and joined in with blue chip pedigree, with great efforts to try to explain what's happening. They get no respect from
blue chip pedigree. I like that term. I like that term a lot.
From academic centers frequently, but in generally from the medical community. And the question, why is that? And there's a quote as you walked into this building from Hubert Humphrey. He says, the moral obligation of government to take care of those living in the shadows. And folks who suffer from chronic Lyme are indeed living in the shadows. Many of you have witnessed it. I certainly have. But when I began to recognize that the boards and the other groups that drive this process, and insurance companies, of course, are incentivized by these boards taking a strict stance with a limited amount of time for treatment and thus forcing people into diagnosis that might not truly represent them, you begin to realize you need powerful allies to make change happen. The Cohens were friends of mine, and Alex actually was born at my hospital not that many years ago, a few years ago. But she and Steve have been very supportive of this, but it takes people like that who appreciate this, but I'll tell you, going to those events, you realize that there's a volcano of activity ready to erupt amongst people who are frustrated, angry that this has not been addressed.
Fuck yeah, we're angry. My life is falling apart. I don't have cartilage, dude. I don't have cartilage anymore because I got a bug bite. Like, think about how crazy that is. And just the fact that you can't even get people convinced that it's a real fucking condition sometimes is the most frustrating shit. The most frustrating shit.
As Congressman Smith said, when you're talking to the wall and nothing happens, after a while you realize that it's not an accident. There's an active desire not to hear the story get loud. And so we began looking into this a little bit at the instruction of Secretary Kennedy and noticed a few things. First off, in the chronic disease categories, especially with Lyme, there's a general short-circuiting of the system. So it becomes a condition that resembles other conditions, makes it hard to put it into a bucket. So if you don't want to put it in a bucket,
it does resemble other conditions. The thing I found was like a checklist. If you look up the symptoms of Lyme disease when my life was falling apart, it was like a checklist of everything I had going on. It was absolutely nuts. Absolutely nuts, man. Yet they're like, I'm like, all right, here's all my symptoms I have. Like, oh, this sounds like Lyme disease. But you don't have Lyme disease. Chronic Lyme disease isn't real.
makes it that much easier to avoid managing it. There are about 90,000 cases of Lyme disease reported by the CDC. Now, you heard a much larger number from Secretary Kennedy, didn't you? Others will probably reflect that. But we only know about 90,000 because only 90,000 fit into one of those buckets. That's data from 2023, by the way. It is still the most common tick-borne disease in North America, but it's not nearly what it truly represents in the impact it has, including economic impact on our country when college students can't show up in class, get educated, go to school, and become contributing members of society, which is one of the values of investing in healthcare. Of those people infected by chronic Lyme, in addition to memory loss problems, joint pain, debilitating amounts of discomfort often.
Yep. I'm so used to being in pain at this point that I'm almost not in pain is the crazy part. Like I'm in so my pain level's a constant 4 or 5 every day. I'm just used to it. A 4 is a great day. A 4 is a great day. A 7's a grumpy day. 8 is, well, 8's an 8.
You end up with.
Luckily, we haven't scaled up to 9 or 10, but man, I'll tell you what, just that dull, aching 4 or 5 every single day, man, beats you up. Absolutely beats you up.
With destructions of families. People don't even know what to think about their relatives. My family's from the eastern part of Pennsylvania. Is a lot of Lyme disease.
Where did he say? The eastern part of Pennsylvania. Huh. Well then. I know a little bit about eastern Pennsylvania Lyme disease.
I can't even keep track of the number of relatives who have Lyme disease, much less my friends. And these people are not crazy. We talk about it in many different contexts, but that's how they're labeled. So Secretary Kennedy asked us to address funding issues. He asked me to run the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. And the question is, will we pay for Lyme disease? So Medicare, which covers 68 million Americans, 90% over the age of 65, but chronic disease categories are often treated as well. It turns out, have a long list of ailments that they treat. And Secretary Kennedy, I brought you this list, but it includes things you might expect on a list like this. Alzheimer's disease.
Alzheimer's, lupus, MS. Trying to think what else. Rheumatoid, stuff like that.
Asthma, atrial fibrillation. Autism is on this disease for treatment. Some chronic ailments like cardiovascular disease and cancer when they're in that category. But it turns out that we can cover chronic Lyme disease. It's actually already covered, and we've updated our website to make it clear that chronic Lyme disease is in present because it's a
They've talked about it a little bit, but it was more the percentages. So like 80% of tick-borne illness is Lyme disease. Alpha-gal is like another 10 to 15%. Rocky Mountain spotted fever is the lowest amount out of all of it. They did bring it up a couple times in the co-infections and stuff, so they did discuss it, but it's by far out of the big 3 infections you can get from ticks, it's definitely the lowest scale one. It's still bad. It's still very, very prevalent, but it's a fraction of a percent of what Lyme and alpha-gal are. Hey, Lyme's the biggest one.
A disease that is, and I'll read these words to you because I want you to understand, because this is what the statute's on the website right now. Clearly identifiable infectious triggers. That includes Lyme disease. Now, when you get bitten by a tick, many things happen besides Borrelia. Other things can get infected, viruses sometimes, which are hard to identify, but clearly identifiable infectious triggers and difficult to identify infectious triggers both belong in this management structure. So we've updated the chronic care management category for Medicare, which are people whose chronic conditions, and you have to have at least two, will expected to be lasting at least 12 months or until death. We don't want the latter. We want the former, so we're going to pay for it. Secretary Kennedy, there's my homework assignment.
There we go, baby.
And we announced it.
That's just Medicaid and Medicare, though. That doesn't do much for private insurance. I doubt private insurance is ever going to cover that shit. I mean, maybe down the road, but time to go back on Medicaid, boys. Ha ha! Nah, too late for that. Too late for that. I am very, very lucky. I am blessed with very good insurance. We have hospital insurance, so it's really, really, really good stuff. Really good stuff. It covers a lot. I had a 5-day stint in the hospital when I lost my gallbladder, the emergency surgery over a weekend, nonetheless, when they were unstaffed or understaffed. The stay, the medications, an ambulance ride there. Like, I had the whole kit banging cadoodle. Whole kit banging cadoodle. You know what I'm saying, though? And, yeah, it didn't cost a dime. We got very, very lucky. It did not cost a dime for any of that stuff. So, luckily, we were good. We're actually out of network, and it didn't cost a dime. So, very, very lucky on the insurance end. Very, very lucky. But, as someone who has been on Medicaid in the past, it's good. It covers a lot. It covers a lot of stuff. You can get a lot of dental stuff done, glasses, eye care. Medicare covers a lot of stuff. It's really, really good. Really, really good.
This today, because again, it wouldn't have happened without a person who's curious and courageous. And Secretary Kennedy said this in the very beginning. We should listen to patients. He listens. He listened to all of you, and he wants us in the medical community to listen harder as well. With this Medicare guidance, and because the Lyme is quantified as an infectious associated chronic disease, I think we can make America healthy again by making it easier to be healthy in America, by getting serious about the management of this terrible problem. Bless you for hosting this.
Thank you very much, Dr. Oz. One of the reasons we wanted to host this meeting, as I make clear, is to announce to the world that the gaslighting of Lyme patients is over. And we now...
I love the little sessions of the golf claps and like all their microphones don't work right. Just picking it up, but dude, this is huge. I don't know if you guys realize how big this is. This is massive. This is absolutely phenomenal for those of us who have been suffering with this shit for years. Again, I truly believe I'm past the point of repair. I mean, my joints are so bad that what can you do? There's no way to regrow. So maybe down the road, we'll see what happens. I'd love to do some hyperbaric shit like Bucky was talking about earlier, but I also looked into hyperbaric chambers and whatnot, and they are not what you would call cheap. Even the cheaper tent ones are like 2 G's, somewhere around there. Not cheap.
Lyme, incidentally, Lyme and COVID are the numbers 6 and 7, respectively, chronic diseases in this country after diabetes, obesity, cardiac disease. So the burden is enormous. And the economic costs have not been quantified anywhere, but as Dr. Oz said, there are all kinds of collateral costs when people can't work, when families are destroyed. And I've seen the pressure that it puts on families when you have a child who's chronically ill, who has brain fog year after year. I think my son has seen more than 51 doctors. And that's what happens. That is the story. That is the odyssey of American kids who are motivated to find a cure, to find a remedy, and who are relentless. They're going to see doctor after doctor. And I'd like to do something in the short time that we have left, and I wish I could spend 2 or 3 hours with this panel. We have another panel coming up on innovation, but I'd like each of you maybe to go around and talk about the most exciting innovations that you're seeing right now that might give
Please, God, let there be something about joints. Please.
hope to people, to patients who have Lyme disease around this country. And maybe I could start with Dr. Who.
I think we're seeing an explosion in new diagnostics that are coming through. And as you mentioned, I think diagnostics are the start of all of this until we have a diagnostic that allows us to clearly separate out patients. Because I think the general, and is it okay if I do some non-scientific justified speculation? But I think many people think that Lyme disease is probably not just one disease, that people get there through different pathways, that there are different things that go on. And until we have tests that separate people into the different subgroups of Lyme disease, we won't be able to really test the treatments that are appropriate and going to work on them. And when we lump people together and test a treatment, it's not going to work in some, it's going to work in some, but it washes out, so you can't tell if anything's working. So I think the new coming diagnostics are terrific. I think there's a lot of new coming things in prevention so that we can prevent some of the people from suffering the way the people at this table have. So I think those are really exciting in terms of some of the new preventative things that are coming down the pipeline that are kind of innovative and not been tried.
I love prevention. I want to hear more about prevention. Absolutely. For people that aren't dealing with this and hopefully never have to deal with it, prevention's a huge, huge thing. Sadly, I don't think there's going to be anything for those of us who are this chronic, who've had it for this long, this level of joint damage. I don't think there's going to be really any innovation for that, sadly.
Tried before, so
need old Elon Musk to make me some of them robot knees. He's working on all the robots, man. Work on joint replacement stuff. Make joint replacements better or not needed, or Jesus Christ. Figure out how to 3D print stem cells. Like, we got to be close. Didn't they 3D print a heart? Does anyone know that? I swear they 3D printed a functioning heart not too long ago. It was not microscopic, but it was tiny. It was absolutely tiny. It wasn't like a functioning human heart, but I swear they did something with the 3D printer and biomaterial. That's got to have to be a thing. Like, that's going to be the future, I think. There's 3D printing with stem cells of biomatter, actually printing out new cartilage and stuff. Could you imagine, dude? Could you imagine? That's the future I want to live in. That's the future I want to live in. Will we ever get there? Probably not in my lifetime, but that's my biggest fear. That's my biggest fear with all my joint damage, is that I'm going to get to the point where it gets so bad that I have to have a joint replacement, and then 5 years later, there's going to be something where they can just give you new cartilage, and I won't be able to do it because my knee's already gone. That's my biggest fear. I'm just trying to hold on long enough to some new innovation can hit where joint replacements are irrelevant and no longer needed. You just regrow cartilage, man. It's the world I want to live in. It's the world I want to live in. These are the dreams I have every night. I literally have dreams about people giving me new knees and shit, and I wake up and realize where I am and who I am and go,
things in terms of our group is working on narrow spectrum antibiotics that can be taken for long periods of time to prevent disease, but could also be used to try longer term therapy, because all of our tests for chronic Lyme disease have been done with pretty short term antibiotics. So if we had something safe that we could use for longer periods of time,
I'm a hydration monster tonight, boys. I am thirsty.
So those are some of the exciting things that I see coming down, and one of the reasons I'm really excited about this point in time for all of us.
It's that magic time of night. Let's do some blood pressure. Not blood pressure, blood sugar.
Absolutely. I think going on topic with the diagnostics, there are incredible diagnostic tools that are being developed. And one that I'm actually working on is through UCLA, and it is a rapid XVFA Lyme disease test.
This girl's only 21 years old. 21 years old, and she's already doing stuff like this. Amazing human being. Absolutely amazing human being. What do you think the old blood sugar is going to be, gentlemen? What you think? What you think? All right, we are disinfected. Shank ourselves. We got not bad, not bad. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Look at that. Look at that. Not bad. I'll take that any day. I'll take that any day. 84 after eating like 2 pounds of chuck steak? Come on, man. That ain't bad. That ain't half bad. Do that and I do my pulse ox. My pulse oxygenation, yes. After I stop bleeding. The joys of doing an aspirin regimen too and just never stopping bleeding when you start bleeding. Very fun.
Assay, and to put this into layman's terms, today diagnostics with Lyme disease, they take time. They take time, and tick-borne diseases, they do not have time. They are very time sensitive. And this can be completed within 20 minutes. In our hopes, you could buy it at a Walgreens store. And I believe that this is a rapid test for tick-borne diseases that could really help people all over the world, especially in rural areas where they might not have access to clinics. Additionally, LymeSeq is also working on a multiplex immunoassay, which has AI learning as well, and it has a 94% sensitivity rate, which means that it is extremely capable of detecting tick-borne diseases and Lyme disease. So I think that a lot of universities and a lot of groups are creating incredible diagnostic tools, and I think what we can do is really just fast-track these innovations, because once we get a diagnostic tool that can accurately detect tick-borne diseases, Lyme disease included,
Still bleeding.
that allows a lot more capabilities for getting proper treatments, medications, insurance companies to cover these things. So those are some of the innovations that are out there.
Dude, the Doxy, literally, I forgot you bruise easier on Doxy too, man. I literally just hit myself with a pinprick.
At least from a patient
bruised
standpoint,
already.
there's a lot of uncertainty.
This is blinding, by the way.
You're waiting there day after day after day. You know, for me, 1,400 days. You know, with a lot of uncertainty. What's wrong with me? And I think just having an accurate diagnostic tool would benefit us a lot. And of course, you know, like I said before, patients spend all their money in many years into treatments only to find at the end of the road that it didn't work and you're out of money now. So I think something that's...
I've been there. I remember when it first started, my mom taking me to see all sorts of like homeopathic healers and stuff like that. We spent so much money trying to go the homeopathic route and like essential oils and all that stuff, man. Like trying to do, I mean, we were so desperate for anything to work for me that we spent so much money out of pocket. I spent all my savings from the oil field. I was saving up for a house for the oil field. I probably had 20, 30 grand sitting around. I spent all of that on doctors trying to get stuff figured out, homeopathic stuff. My mom spent a bunch of money on me back then trying to get me help. I mean, bless her heart. I hate to this day we spent all that money for absolutely nothing. All it took was a blood test to tell me what was up the whole time. Absolutely miserable.
A guideline or...
What song? The one I was whistling? That one? That one? That's the copyright shit I used on my video tonight. It is I Ain't Worried by One Republic. Fantastic song. One Republic's really good. I really, really like them. It was the big song for was the new Top Gun. When the new Top Gun came out, it was like one of the big songs for that. I don't know if you saw it, the beach scene where they're all playing football, like with the no rules football, just kind of tagging each other and shit. That was the song that was playing for that. Really good jam. Really good jam. I used it for my video that just went out. By the way, new video just went out 55 minutes ago. It's on YouTube, so I'm going to get 13 views. I don't know what it is, man. Fucking YouTube. Just YouTube. Don't want to be friendly these days. Unless, yeah, literally nothing.
A focus that helps patients know, okay,
it did
this
come out,
treatment
right?
is the best possible treatment for you based off of this best possible diagnostic tool.
Dr. Phillips.
Yes, thank you. So I would hate to be a wet blanket on everyone's optimistic parade here, but to...
Oh, no, it's almost at 500 in an hour. Let's go.
We desperately need them.
YouTube's YouTubing again.
Testing on their best days is kind of abysmal. They miss more cases than they diagnose. However, on day 21 of doxycycline, those antibody tests, even when positive, fail to be useful. We really need direct detection tests. Lyme bacteria have been extremely difficult to culture from infected hosts after a period of time. If you inject Lyme bacteria into a dog, you let the dog get sick for a couple months. You know the dog is sick. The dog has Lyme. You did not treat the dog. You can't isolate Lyme bacteria from the blood of the dog. It's very difficult. Despite that difficulty, these organisms have been obtained alive from not only animals, multiple species, when they cut them up after therapy, they have been found in human tissues around the world. We know that the pathogen persists, and yet we don't have a good direct detection test on the market. We can't even kill Lyme bacteria in the test tube with the several antibiotics that are recommended by the Infectious Disease Society of America as the purported curative treatments for.
Did you just hear what he fucking said? Dude, that is insane. They're struggling to kill Lyme bacteria in a test tube with antibiotics, which means, A, we're not treating it right with the right antibiotics, which is a large possibility. Or number two, it's becoming antibacterial resistant, which is fucking horrifying. Absolutely fucking horrifying. Again, I'm sorry if this isn't the most entertaining thing for you guys, but this is probably the most interesting piece of stuff I've watched in a very long time. Very long time.
The situation, if you explain this to Joe the plumber, they would say, what is wrong with this field? It is so messed up. How can this paradigm have persisted for so long? This is an easy to diagnose and easy to treat illness when the facts speak otherwise, and they have done so for decades. And when it comes to Bartonella is a beast. It's incredibly antimicrobial resistant. There's only one class of antibiotics that actively kills and effectively kills Bartonella, and that is aminoglycosides. And they are hamstrung.
I'm trying to get my hands on ivermectin, Rob.
They don't get inside.
I'm trying to get my hands on ivermectin. I will really want to try it for myself. I want to try ivermectin. I want to try bee venom therapy are the next couple things I want to do. Difficult to get a doctor to give you goddamn ivermectin, though. Next time I see my primary, it's something I'm super, super curious about. Maybe ortho. Maybe I'll talk to the ortho guy, because ortho is a lot of the side that handles. At least from my side of degenerative Lyme, it's orthopedics is what really handles it. But my ortho doctor, all he says is, I bring up my Lyme, and all he says every time is, yeah, Lyme's tough, man. That's all I get. I tell him I'm suffering. My joints are falling apart. My life is like fucking difficult as hell from it. All I get is, yeah, Lyme's tough. But yeah, Rom, you're right. I would absolutely love to try a regimen of ivermectin. I would absolutely love to try that. Love it, love it, love it. Oh, boys, I am concerned about the weigh-in tomorrow, man. I am like getting antsy about stepping on that scale in the morning. I feel like I gained. I don't know why. I feel like I gained weight, though. I feel like I got stuck in a gap again. I am. I'm getting close to 500, man. It's getting awesome, dude. It's getting awesome. YouTube's growing. That being said, let me put it this way. I had 450 subscribers 2 weeks ago on YouTube, and now I'm getting close to 500. 2 weeks ago on Instagram, I had 28. I am now at 1,300. I don't know what it is. Instagram just took off, man. Took off. Earned nothing less than $1,000 while streaming. Oh my God. Thanks, SoundCloud 5. Goodbye. The fucking robots are out here tonight, man. The kickbots are out. Actually, they haven't been too bad. That's only like the second or third one. Yeah, I'm super proud of that 500. Super proud of that. I don't know what happened. We had 1 week on YouTube there. We got to a point where I've absolutely no basis for thinking ivermectin might work. Just be trying anything in your place. That's pretty much where I'm at, Rob. That's pretty much where I'm at. I've tried everything there is out there, except those are the two. Ivermectin and bee venom therapy are like the only two recourses I have left, and I want to try them out. The bee venom stuff's kind of pain in the ass because you got to become a miniature beekeeper essentially. Then you got to sting yourself with bees. That doesn't sound super fun, but I'm gonna do it. See what happens. I got to put some work into that. I got to get some more money around here to get that going. But ivermectin, I'm going to talk to my ortho guy on Christmas Eve. And my primary, I think I see in the first week of February. I'll talk to her as well and try and get some, see what happens. If not, I think there's ways to get prescribed ivermectin online and get it, but it costs a crazy amount. You're talking like a normal regimen. No, it's going to be like $500 out of pocket, and insurance won't cover a dime of it. So there is that too. No, ivermectin does crazy shit, dude. They're starting to treat people for cancer. I've heard of a lot of cases of them using ivermectin and formaldehyde, something. There's one that starts with an F. No, not famotidine. That's fucking GI. There's another one that starts with an F. They're combining that and ivermectin and treating cancer. There's actually starting to be a lot of studies that are starting to believe that cancer as a whole is caused by parasites, which is very, very interesting stuff. Again, like I said, it's all in the research stages, but I've seen several cases of people claiming they had stage 4 cancer and it was cured by ivermectin. So it absolutely does some stuff out of the realm of what it's supposed to, man. I mean, who knows what kind of parasites we have on our body? The microscopic level, man. Who knows what's going on in there? Quinine saved lives. Yeah, it's the horse paste, man. What do you want horse paste for? Fucking slather me up, big boy. I'm ready, man. Douse me with that shit. Douse me with that shit. I am fucking red dye. I am ready. I am dying to try it. I just want my joints. I just want my joints back.
Cells. Bartonella is an intracellular infection. They don't pass the blood-brain barrier. Bartonella does. They are horribly toxic. People can only be on them for a couple weeks before developing, ear toxicity, kidney toxicity. So when I say, what's exciting going forward, I can tell you that I do think that in the
Chagas? I've never heard of that. What is
years,
it? What would that be? Chagas disease. Chagas disease, also known as American trypanosomiasis, is a potentially life-threatening illness caused by the protozoan parasite Trypanosoma cruzi. It is named after Carlos Chagas, the Brazilian doctor who discovered it in 1909. The disease is classified as neglected tropical disease and primarily affects people in rural or impoverished areas. There are examples of the tridomatine bug, commonly called the kissing bug, the main vector that transmits the parasite. How it's transmitted main way through the feces of infected tridomatine bugs. These nocturnal insects bite exposed skin, often face, hence kissing bud, and defecate nearby. The parasite enters when the person scratches the bite, rubbing the feces into the wound or the mucous membrane, eyes and mouth. Congenital, mother to baby, blood transfusions, organ transplants, contaminated foods and drinks are rarely laboratory accidents. It does not spread person to person casually. So, fucking. Symptoms: acute phase, often mild or asymptomatic. Possible symptoms include fever, fatigue, body aches, rash, swollen lymph nodes, Roman signs, swelling of the eyelid near the end. Chronic pain, years or decades later, the parasite damages organs. About 20-30% of issues. Heart problems, digestive issues, neurological problems. Many remain asymptomatic lifelong but can still transmit AC congenitally. Blood test, treatment, apizarine, tox, 100% effective in acute phase or congenital case. In chronic phase, can slow progression, reduce transmission, but less curative. Side effects, common. Treatments last up to 2 months. Prevention, vector control, screen blood. Yeah, that doesn't sound like a whole lot of fun. Yeah, that doesn't sound like a whole lot of fun. I just did a brief AI overview of what it is, and that does not sound like something I want to get involved with. I have an irrational, I want to say irrational fear. I have a very rational fear of all insects at this point. I fucking hate bugs. I hate them. I never had a fear of insects, but now that I got sick from a bug for life, lives in your fucking cells. Yeah, that's nuts, dude. That's fucking nuts, man. Ugh, why does there have to be so many terrible things out there, man? So many terrible things. Someone plucks an apple out of a tree. Next thing you know, fucking dealing with goddamn Chagas and Lyme disease and all this shit. Fuck. Fuck.
There'll be the opportunity for AI-designed drugs and small peptides. I know that there's good research.
That's the shit I want AI to do. Design drugs. Find cancer earlier. Learn how to 3D print cartilage out of stem cells. Awesome medical shit. That's what I want fucking AI to do. I don't want it to steal content creation. I want it to fucking come up for cures. Maybe I don't like to explain to me when I get there. That's what I'm saying, Rob. That's what I'm saying, dude. Fucking apple comes out of a tree, and now we're dealing with Chagas. Oh, shit, man. Unreal. Unreal. I myself believe I'm purgatory bound, but that's a story for another day. I ain't been bad enough to go to hell, but I don't know if I've been good enough to get into heaven. I'm just going to be in the white purgatory glow forever. It ain't bad, but it ain't great. It's so-so, more or less.
Research going on at Duke with a subset of.
You like that, Benny? Apple out of a tree, man. Chagas disease. It was one of the. I was like flipping a switch, one to the other.
Screening, like high throughput screening for small molecule, finding that's funded by the Cones and also originally by Barry Allen Foundation. So that's optimistic there. But the other thing I wanted to mention is that a couple of people have said that Lyme can mimic this disease and mimic that disease.
It does, dude. It mimics so many other symptoms of so many other diseases. That's another reason it's so difficult to diagnose. It's so difficult to diagnose. The testing is shit. It mimics other diseases. You can have other co-infections, have multiple diseases from a single bite. Like, oh my God. Good enough. I just got to chill and time out for a while. That's all it is. That's all it is. That's all it is. I try, man. I'm trying my best to be a better person. I want to be a better person. I feel like if I hadn't let my body get so bad, I mean, being sick with Lyme's a part of it, my joints and stuff, but I truly feel like I've just had this overall feeling for a long time now that I feel like I was meant for so much more than I'm doing right now, or I've done in my past. I look back in retrospect to I know hindsight's 20/20, but I look back in retrospect at the last 15, 20 years of my life and just go, what the hell was I doing? I could be doing so much more for humanity and helping people and all this other stuff. And it's just a fight, man. I'm trying to get healthy, but I'm also, every day I'm trying to be a better person. You know what I mean? I want to be a better man. I want to be a better family man. I want to be a better husband. I just want to work on bettering myself in every possible way I can. Every possible way I can. And it's not even for a promise of divine reward or anything. It's just, I want to be a better person. I know I can be a better person. I wish I had been a better person in the past. But all you can do is improve. All you can do is improve just a little bit at a time. That's all you can do. Day at a time. Just make yourself better. Every facet of life. Trying to do better in every single facet, man. Every single facet. I hope I can make it there. I hope I can make it there.
And when I opened the doors, one of the first things I noticed that people were coming in with diagnoses of fibromyalgia and rheumatoid arthritis and lupus and multiple sclerosis and ME/CFS, and patients were getting better from these various conditions. So if it mimics a condition 100%, and Lyme and these other infections are known to be able to mimic these other conditions, then by definition it's causing these conditions. This is a broader issue than people, I think, realize. This is not just about Lyme in the way that people think of as Lyme, but I think that these other conditions, like there are over a dozen studies, randomized controlled trials on rheumatoid arthritis showing that antibiotics work and placebo doesn't. The critics of these studies will say, well, some antibiotics have anti-inflammatory effects. That's why they work. No, they've also done the studies in antibiotics that are completely devoid of anti-inflammatory effects. There are multiple open label trials on multiple sclerosis showing that antibiotics help multiple sclerosis patients when standard MS therapies have failed. And I can tell you from my personal experience over 30 years, I've gotten...
Dude, MS is a fucker too. My wife's aunt has really, really severe MS, man. It's a terrible disease. It's a very terrible disease as well. So much nasty shit out there, man. So much nasty stuff.
Quite a number of patients with these conditions to get better after standard therapies have failed. So that's the only thing I would like to add to the commentary.
Pardon me, Goofy, we have just as a heads up, we have about 10 minutes or so, so we will need to
Okay.
keep the remarks short. Thank you.
Okay. Secretary Kennedy, I just want to acknowledge on the surface that you are the innovation. Recognizing Lyme disease today, what you've done made history. Without your recognition, all these solutions, doctors, and many doctors deny Lyme disease as a myth. Today, what you've done, put it out publicly, is the innovation. And Dr. Oz, for you incorporating Medicare to cover extended care is innovation, because this is the surface.
That's awesome. They're going to
before we
extend
go down
Medicare,
all
Medicaid to
these
take care of it.
solutions. And I want to applaud you for that. And I just want to ask you, how do we get other insurances to mandate them to follow in your direction?
Private insurers will often cover Medicare decisions, and there's obviously a desire to treat chronic illness, but Dr. Phillips is really addressing the problem. If you don't know what you're paying for, and you don't think it really works that well, you're not that incentivized to treat it because you don't get the benefit of a patient getting better.
No, like I said, it's not like I'm trying to do that for divine reward or anything. I'm just trying to be a better person every day because I want to, because I know I'm capable of it. Outside of religion and afterlife and any of that stuff, I know I can be a better person than I am. I know I can achieve more than I've achieved, and that's all I'm shooting at with that. That's all I'm shooting at with that. Your works are like filthy rags before the Lord. I like that. I like that line. I really do like that line. But that's not really what I was trying to get at. It's like trying to be a better person to get divine reward or anything like that. It's just I feel like I'm capable of being better. I feel like I'm capable of doing so much more on this. So I feel like I was put on this earth to do a lot more than I'm doing right now. And that's a large goal at the channel, man. If I just reach out to people, I can help people get healthy again or start their weight loss trip or whatever it may be. You know what I mean? I want to help people. I want to make the world a better place. I truly do. I truly do. And again, it's not for divine reward or anything along those lines. It's just because I know I'm capable of it. I feel like that's what I was put here to do, and I've been really slacking on those duties for a very long time. Very long time.
I actually did not realize that glycosides were the only way of getting to an intracellular organism, but that is mission critical because we argue about 21 weeks of IV this or that, but if the patient's still sick afterwards, and you go to any of the Lyme events, you'll see a large number of patients who claim that they've been through every treatment possible: hyperthermia treatment, hyperbaric treatment. In surgery, there's an adage that if you have more than one operation to treat a disease, you don't have a good operation. Because if you had a perfect operation, you wouldn't need two.
Yep.
There's probably 25 Lyme treatments.
So I'm saying,
Benny,
Benny, and so I'm saying.
As much as we'd like, if you cobble them together,
I just feel like I'm
you get
capable
results,
of a lot
and
more.
Anything's
I
better than
truly
nothing.
do.
But the insurance companies need a bit more confidence that we have better approaches.
That leads back to awareness. Thank you.
Yeah, no, absolutely, Rob. Absolutely.
Some of the exciting aspects that I've seen, in my practice and also listening to all of you speak is.
At the end of the day, let's just hope it ain't reincarnation. I don't want to do this again. I don't want a round two, man. It is. I would love a divine reward in the end, but that's what you're saying. Just being in the presence. That's all it is, man. Being in the presence, being one with. That's it. And like I said, but I'm not trying to do that by my actions. That's not why I'm going out and doing this. It's because I want to be better. I want to be a better husband. I want to be a better son. I want to be a better brother. I want to be better to my friends. You know what I mean? Just because I can, because I know I'm capable of it. Because I know I'm capable of it. I feel like I've held myself back with the weight, so and that's why I'm so angry. I'm so dedicated to getting this weight off right now, is because it's another thing I've done to hold myself back in that regard. It's a big thing. It's a big thing. I want to be there for my family. Like again, like I brought this up before, like watching my dad rebuild his house, redo his siding and his roof and all this other stuff, and not being able to help. Right there in the print. Sorry to spoil you, but a perfected earth and resurrection are right there in the print. They are indeed. They are indeed. They are indeed. That's what I'm doing. Yeah, no Lyme there. Thank God. Oh, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of all this Chagas and Lyme and Borrelia and good God, COVIDs and flus and sicknesses and what's that terrible little devil worm down in the Amazon that swims up your pee hole? Like, dude, oh my God, why is there so much terrible stuff? Terrible, terrible things down here. Hey, buddy, I can share your stream in a Kick community to help you hit 1,500 plus followers. I bet you can, Truer66. Goodbye. Goodbye. Rom, when I kick them, I think it only kicks them from Restream. Are you kicking them again on the Kick side? I'm not sure if like it kicks them from Kick actually or not. I should probably monitor Kick more while I'm doing this stuff.
You know, the possibility of having better diagnostics and research, money going into research that is going to help legitimize this, you know, disease, this diagnosis. The aspect of that.
The pee hole fish might actually be a myth. I don't know. Let's look into it. Let's look into it. Fish that swims up the urethra, fact or myth? Then Candiru fish and the urethra myth. Mostly myth. Okay. Although Candiru are vampire catfish, small parasitic catfish native to the Amazon River Basin. The legend claims that this tiny eel-like fish is attracted to urine, swims up the stream of your pee into the urethra, especially if men urinating in the water, lodges itself with backwards-facing spines, feeds on blood, and requires surgical removal, also causing extreme pain or even amputation. Real photos of blah, 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 blah. Verdict, it's a myth. There's no credible scientific evidence that Candiru fish actively swim up human urine streams or invade urethras. This tale has persisted for over 200 years as an urban legend folklore, amplified by explorer stories, but experts, including biologists and urologists, widely consider it debunked. You're right. Yeah. Yep. Debunked. All right, so that's one I don't have to worry about. Not that I'm planning on visiting the Amazon anytime soon. Not that there's going to be an Amazon rainforest left for... Have you ever looked on Google Earth at the Amazon? Have you seen what they're fucking doing down there? Like, dude, the Amazon is being destroyed, dude. Destroyed. You ever get a chance and you want to just really, really hurt for the Earth as a whole, man? Score for one of us. That's what I'm saying. The Amazon is being absolutely destroyed. It's so miserable to see on satellite. I'm telling you, you ever want to get depressed, look at some Google Earth of the Amazon and look what they're doing clearing the land down there. It is absolutely horrifying, especially in like Western Brazil. It's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. Just destroying that ecosystem down there.
And therefore impact my patients is lifting the barriers to the clinicians. I think the biggest problem that I saw when I worked in internal medicine is I was given 15 minutes to talk to a patient, and that's not enough time to take care of anything.
So the Amazon's actually causing global warming. Yeah. I love the whole global warming thing. It's like we live on a goddamn rock flying through fucking space at like 30,000 miles an hour around a giant fireball, and you're telling me the climate's not going to shift? Like, holy shit. People just didn't want you pissing in the same water they were standing in. Fair. Oh, shit. I feel like someone pissed in the pool when I was swimming today, man. That fucking... I don't know. Usually my pool at my gym is so clean, dude. That water was today. Very chlorine-y. Super chlorine. I don't know if they had to like mega clean that thing to get some shit out of there or not, but holy shit. Doesn't bother you? Really? It bothers the hell out of me, man. I love seeing ecosystems left alone, man. I love nature and stuff like that. Just leave the Amazon alone. Precious substantialized it's man-made. Interesting. I've never heard that before. I've never heard that before. Cutting down an overgrown garden. Gotcha.
Patients, and I was afforded the ability to spend an hour, if not longer, with these patients, and that is critical because this is a disease that affects every system of the body, and you have to systematically go through those systems to support the body so that it's in the best condition possible to treat. I in my practice, have approaches from both Eastern and Western medication or medicine to help holistically treat the patient, which I think is incredibly important. I also feel that, there's a lot of limitations on utilization of long.
It's interesting stuff, Ron. We have to look into that. We have to check that out. Maybe I'll get some reading on it. Outside of the Bible, I'm still adding another book every day. I got to go to the library tomorrow. It's my off day from the gym, so nice and early tomorrow morning, I'm going down to the library to find a educational book to read. Maybe I'll see if I can find something on the Amazon. Sounds like some interesting reading. Some very interesting reading. At least a half hour a day. Doing at least a half hour a day doing some bookworm stuff. Trying to learn more, broaden my horizons, expand my knowledge.
Long-term antibiotics. We at my practice use pulsed antibiotics in hopes of reducing resistance as well as giving the body time to detox and not create further issues down the road in regards to gastrointestinal problems. But
that is one lucky regard I found with Lyme is I really didn't have any GI stuff. I know a lot of people get really, really bad gastrointestinal stuff, and luckily I was not one of those ones. I was able to skate by without that, luckily. Quite luckily.
That will occur hopefully from this roundtable and future roundtables will allow me to do my job that much better. So thank you.
All right, thank you. I'll be brief. Two things. One, tissue analysis. Oftentimes.
Yeah, no, that makes sense, Rob. That definitely makes sense.
Not flowing through the blood, but that's the only place that we typically test. And so a lot of research done by Dr. Amy Peral and the audience is looking at tissue reservoirs to seeing how the pathogens may be harboring there, that we can understand the etiology as well as a potential diagnostic tool. And then second, I think just for everyone here as well in the audience, we've been talking a lot about long Lyme, chronic Lyme, and jumping into the deep end. If you need a good summary, I would recommend the award-winning documentary, The Quiet Epidemic. It goes through a lot of the history of Lyme and all the difficulties.
I've seen that. I've seen Quiet Epidemic's a really, really good one. Quiet Epidemic's a really, really good one. I actually need to find that again. Quiet Epidemic. Yeah, Quiet Epidemic's a good one. There's another one. Something Inside Me. I forget the name of it. There's one called Something Inside Me that is actually fucking horrifying. Because watching that, it was people in the exact same situation I was in. It was fucking miserable to watch.
Patients, some of the innovations. So I think that'll be a really great place for folks to start. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, Secretary, thank you so much again. Doobie, thank you for your great work in Lakewood and around that area, which is my district. And Morgan, we now have a chairman of the Health Committee who is totally committed to Lyme disease. In the past, when our bill would come before that subcommittee, it was killed each and every year. The gentleman from my own state of New Jersey, Frank Pallone, he was chairman. I lobbied him, asked him, appealed to him, and he would not bring up the bill. And that one, the mainstay of that bill was the Blue Ribbon Commission, the task force, to finally look at all of these in a very dispassionate way. Having your leadership, Mr. Kennedy, is just, and you too as well, is extraordinary. We always had like a civil, okay, thank you, go on, have a nice day, from the top people at NIH, CDC. I mentioned that 82 meeting, the 92 meeting, I should say, was unbelievable. They were the best of the best, top people. And they basically said, no, thank you. There's the door. Chronic Lyme does not exist. There needs to be something to be done with the infectious disease side of America. They lobbied aggressively against our bill. And when last time we got the bill passed on looking into what we may have weaponized the ticks, the big story in the Washington Post mocking the heck out of me for offering that. And I asked the reporter, have you read Bitten? Have you looked at any of this stuff? No. And yet they carried the story like we have a, a
Plum Island, baby. Plum Island.
I was very incensed at that because who gets hurt? All of those people, Megan Bradshaw is here. Megan told her story recently. She should be on television talking about not only her courage, but her overcoming spirit. And she is just one amazing former patients. She still deals with, obviously, these issues. And Olivia, when she talked about her tick tracker, what an amazing thing that is. I've had hearings on my on Foreign Affairs Committee. I've had hearings on how this is global. You know what the pushback was on that, Mr. Secretary? Oh, if you're in Canada, you probably have visited the United States at some point. And I had a senator there tell me that that's what he was told by officials there. I think that's changing, but this is a global issue that needs to be treated as such. Again, can't thank you two great leaders enough. Morgan, thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Chairman. And I want to thank all the panelists for being here. I want to thank my partner friend,
awesome
Oz, for
roundtable.
joining me, Ken
Awesome
Callahan.
roundtable.
And stay tuned. We'll be back in about 20 minutes with the next panel. Thank you all very much. And thank you, the audience, for coming.
All right. So we're going to end that there. That is the section on Lyme disease. Absolutely awesome watch. Absolutely awesome watch. That being said, we got a little bit of time left. Let's see what's going on with the Driscoll gang. We got them cornered up in the mountains. I don't know what you've been told. Take it to me toe to toe. I'm gonna call you right now. Major update, the dawning 2025. You are so full of shit, Steam. We should have just enough time left to go up here and fight the Driscoll gang and probably call it good for the night right there. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll keep going for a little bit tonight. I'll have to wake up super early, off day from the gym tomorrow. So I get to sleep in tomorrow. No more 5 a.m. wake up call. Sleep until at least 7 tomorrow. Sounds very, very nice. Sounds very, very nice. Step to me, toe to toe. Shit, I keep forgetting to plug a controller in to play this. Actually, do I have one right here? I bet you. This is blinding. I bet you, fellas, if I search around here real quick, deep in my desk, but you look at that, look at that, look at that. I knew somewhere I had an Xbox Elite controller sitting around. We're actually going to try and play some controller right now and see what happens. The only downside of controller on PC is you got to have the bad boy plugged in. Unless you buy a specific PC controller. And being as I'm a historic Xbox gamer, though I have everything. I got Switch, I got PC, I got PlayStation, I got all that shit. Actually, I think I got a PlayStation 4. I think I played PlayStation 4 like 5 times and it just sits there collecting dust somewhere. Moment of truth, will it work? Oh, it's looking like it. There we go. We got controller functionality, baby. And now I won't know how to play the game whatsoever on controller. I don't know why. I just feel like this game's going to be a lot better on controller. Hey, McCarthy, what's going on, man? How you doing? We were just starting. No, we just did the last 3.5 hours here on Lyme disease. Had an awesome RFK conference on Lyme disease yesterday. We did a full breakdown of that. We're just starting up some Red Dead Redemption. We're going to play a little games, ease the mood for a little bit. I'm going to turn off my blinding light here. I was trying to find a controller. so I no longer need to blind myself. How's your night going, McCarthy? Having a good day? Oh shit, it put me back in camp?
Good evening, Arthur.
Let's look behind me. Oh, I sprint.
Put in a good word, would you?
Speak. Don't cry, boy. Speak about your gang.
Don't cry, boy.
I can't.
Boy. Whoa, hold your horses there. It seems the cat has got our friend here's tongue.
It appears I turned off the game last time right at the camp, and it doesn't save right there.
I told you, mister. I told all of you. I don't know nothing, okay? They ain't no friends of mine. I just been ridden with them for a while.
Having a great day, did some shopping, cleaning, all the fun things you expect on a rainy day. Awesome, man. Awesome. Awesome. Glad you're having a good day.
So the next time he opens his
I had a
mouth,
good little day, too. Yesterday was phenomenal. It's been nice up here. We're back up to like 50 degrees, sunshine. It's been nice. We've been down in the low teens and negatives for a while now.
Screw it. Let's just.
That's what I did yesterday. We got a whole bunch of shopping done, cleaning done. Got to spend the day with the wife. It was a really good day. Really good day.
Where's he going?
Oh, don't worry. You're only balls, boy. Just gonna cause you trouble. You know, in Imperial Rome, eunuchs was among the happiest and most loyal of courtiers.
No, you kidding me, right?
Of course.
You sick bastard! Oh, what do you want from me?
Well, you are gonna talk. The only question is now or after we got these little fellas off.
Okay, listen. I know where O'Driscoll's holed up, and you're right. He don't like you any more than you like him. He's at 6 point.
I played controller now for 13 seconds. I think I already like it better than M&K in this game.
I don't like him. I mean, I like him even less than I like you. No offense.
Oh, none taken. Okay then, partner.
Oh, she's gone again. She just left this morning for another 6 days. She was home the last 4 or 5 days, but she was still working. Her work days are so long, it's kind of when she gets done, she just comes home and goes to sleep. But Wednesdays is our big day together. That's her day off every week. So we got the full day in, and we squeezed every minute of it. You believe me. Had a whole bunch of fun yesterday, and sucks. This morning I had to say goodbye to her. She's only 2 hours away. She's not crazy far away when she's working out of town, but she will be gone until next Wednesday, sadly. So I was thinking, though. Maybe this Sunday, maybe I'll take a little surprise trip up there and surprise her and say what's up.
He taking us to Cole? That's what he says.
Where's my horse?
I'm taking you to him. Look, I'll give you more directions when we're close. But if I know where we are,
there's my new horse, right?
Valentine.
All right, I'll leave. We riding? Boy.
Okay, so why is get on the horse? Oh god, horse is so much better.
Yeah, that's it, boy. Hey, watch it. Sharing saddle with an O'Driscoll. Who'd have thought?
Who'd have thunk it?
Say, I ain't an O'Driscoll.
You sure look like one, and you smell like
one.
God damn. You smell like one too.
I smell like horse shit.
That's right. Boy, are you high.
Morgan, you got throwing knives in your saddlebag. Dud said that you might... I was asked to give them, and I'm doing you the further courtesy of telling you about it.
Next time you want to give me something, how about you give it to me, instead of hiding it somewhere, hoping the opportunity comes up to mention it.
Last goddamn favor I'd do you.
Hey, if I got my bearings, it's over here.
It's over here.
Yeah,
I definitely want to give her a little surprise visit. She would love it. I'm on my break now. I did the gym the last 5 days. I'm taking Friday and Saturdays are my off days, but I got a ton of stuff to do. I'm really trying to get my office moved this weekend, I hope.
She wasn't asked to ride with us. She was told.
I smell like the stall ain't been cleaned out in a month. I smell like that because you had me tied up there about as long.
You'd be smelling worse if we'd done what some was arguing for.
Granted.
Granted.
I was in with a bad lot. I'm trying to make amends, if I can.
You don't know the half.
I do know Colm killed Dutch's sweetheart.
And that's the man you chose to ride with. A woman killer.
Well, it was after
Dude, there's
he killed his
so
brother.
much out
The way
here.
I understood it,
This game is
excuses for the
absolutely
man
massive. It is
crimes.
unbelievable.
What kind of trap you leading us into, boy?
Now we go left. Road will take us up and round.
Why do I feel like this isn't the same way I went last time?
Those are the hills. Head for them.
Save your horses. We gotta climb, boys.
You know, you all ain't that different from the O'Driscolls.
What did you just say?
I've been watching you all these weeks, and,
You've been tied to a tree. You don't know nothing about this gang.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, I will. I got tons of stuff to do. There's gonna be a bunch of work around the house and
more
stuff.
about you than you know about them.
I keep moving no matter what, but the gym days I take breaks Friday and Saturday. I like to get some good rest days in.
Mongrel dogs.
You're outlawed like them. You're out to survive.
Get some rest days in, let the body heal up, let the joints rest a little bit. 'Cause the joints have been getting so bad. It was a really that video we just watched on Lyme disease was interesting.
Yourselves.
See?
Yep, I got a whole bunch of stuff to move. My whole setup up here. I got 2 desks to move. I got a dresser to move. I got my PC, my monitors. Oh my god, I got so much stuff to move.
Thief and a killer.
We got to rerun an internet wire. We got to drill some holes in a wall. We got all sorts of stuff to do here.
You just look the same as all.
Then once I'm in the new office, we'll be streaming to Twitch as well. We'll be super busy with stream stuff. Oh, there's some quail. That would have been nice and tasty.
We're almost on them. Now, who knows if this son of a bitch we got with us is talking true, but if it's what he says it is, and Colm O'Driscoll's here, we can end years of fighting. Here and now.
Amen to that.
Here. Okay, now cut left up here. We go down the hill into the
That I'm gonna need some help for that. I got some friends coming over.
We're going in quiet, taking them out as we find them, trying not to set things off. But if we do, we move quick and hard.
How come
Settle
that
this like we
Driscoll,
know how, okay?
Coleman Driscoll, is Dutch's like nemesis, yet Dutch didn't come for this? Very suspicious.
Through the trees here.
You figure Dutch would have been like the #1 guy taking this trip with us to fight the Driscolls, but
Hey, we're real close. I'd leave your horses the other side of this clearing.
I'll get my guns off my horse, and I'm ready.
Easy, Bill. Quiet.
but with throwing knives. You get some throwing knives. I haven't tried no throwing knife action yet. Super excited for it though. Super excited.
Just the other side of this hill.
Okay. Off your horses. Let's go.
You gonna get them knives?
I said easy.
Want my shotgun.
Follow me, all right? It ain't far.
We might have shared a horse, but we ain't friends. Remember, I'm watching you. Every moment.
I ain't gonna shop you now, come on.
Oh, that's how it crouch. I'm learning how to play controller right now, too. I'm so used to playing mouse and keyboard and everything, but I'm trying controller for this game right now. Change it up a little bit.
There, you see?
Okay, get down.
Cabin's in the clearing down there.
Oh, man, it's the Driscoll gang.
Bunch of fellers hiding out there, too.
Are these fellas armed?
Armed? Drunk? Wary of strangers, yup.
And Colm O'Driscoll?
He'll be holed up in his cabin. Be passed out, booze blind, likely as not.
Hey, over there. Someone's coming.
So, who's gonna tell him we ain't got nothing for the pot?
Oh, let me think. The feller that spooked the game, I reckon.
I'm gonna drain it. I'll catch up.
No, we ain't gonna fall for that. We're gonna wait so you can tell him yourself.
Yeah.
If anyone's actually gonna shoot the messenger, it'd be that mean son of a bitch.
Yes, sir.
Come on, shake it off.
Come on. What are we doing about the pisser, Morgan? One by the tree.
He's yours, Williamson.
Okay. I got him.
You know what's really quiet? A knife.
I got my bow. It'll be fine. She's watching. Surprise her. Nah, she's at work now. She's on her shift. There's no way she's watching.
The next two. What's the plan?
Sooner we get this over with.
We need orders.
We're waiting.
Hit fire!
Good work. Moving on the camp.
Oh, baby.
Right up there. He's meek as a
Ah, she don't know nothing, Bucky. She don't know nothing. I'm going to sneak right up there on her. Probably scare the shit out of her.
feather on the log. What we doing about him? Okay, now what? We're at the perimeter. What's the call? Time to move on him. You ready? As I'll ever be.
Let's go.
How you doing out, Driscoll?
To the camp! Look out! See ya!
It's on! We move quick! We move hard!
You weren't lying, man, little pig!
What are you hiding out in the woods for?
It's Benjamin! Ben's boy! We got him, nobody!
Oh, this is done!
Double barrel, baby!
Back to the cabin. Let's make.
Oh, we got the double barrel up. Oh!
Come at me, you Irish bastards!
Clean them up! Clean them out!
Get him
Oh, baby, he got thumped. Oh, he got thumped.
Give up, O'Driscoll! We got you beat!
We caught him on the drink! I got a bullet for each one of y'all!
You stay here, you're dead man! We got him! Close in!
Don't run away from me! Fella's coming back into camp!
Oh, shit.
We catch you unawares!
Die, you drunk idiots!
Run and hide if you know what's good for you! Hold this ground!
Come on, we got. We need both barrels. Mine, right?
Come on! We got enough land for That's it! We're turning tail!
Leave him! Comb's still here. I'm going to check it. Search out here. Make sure we ain't
Oh,
missed
yeah,
anything.
we're lurking. Some of that Irish gold. Wait, did that curtain just open?
You all right?
Sure. Thank you. Colm O'Driscoll. He ain't here.
Damn, we missed him.
You set us up. Come here!
What?
You set us up.
No, I didn't.
You did. Colm O'Driscoll ain't here!
He was here, I swear. I mean, if I was setting you up, I wouldn't have saved your life.
It's a good point, Arthur.
All right, then, go on. Get out of here.
Hey?
I won't kill you.
I didn't set you up.
Get lost.
Get lost.
I'm letting you run away. Now go on. Get out of here.
That's as good as killing me. Out there, without you, Colm O'Driscoll's gonna lose his mind about this.
So?
So I'm one of you now.
Give me a break.
I don't know how I feel about this either.
But I'm warning you.
Oh, hey, I know.
Come on, let's get to camp.
So you got the cash then?
What cash?
Yeah, there's usually some cash in the chimney.
I'll check it. Rest of you boys, get to camp quick.
See, Arthur? I ain't so bad.
Why am I always
Bill,
leaving myself out here
You tell
unsupervised?
Dutch old Kieran ain't worth killing. Just yet.
Right you are.
$14. Oh my god. $10. Oh my god. Ooh. Double barrel. Let's go, baby. Soap is dirty. Bones become dirty. The use can be maintained by pressing. No, maintained by pressing what? Hell yeah. Now we're sparkling up the double barrel. I can't wait to use this thing. Hell yeah.
At least you got something tucked away.
600 dinero. Let's go, dude. Anything else cool in here we can use? Dude, I love bourbon. Alright, we're good. We picked this place clean. Shit, where's my pony, though? My pony! Isn't there a way to whistle for your horse? I swear there was. Hold up, what you got? No, I didn't want to pick him up. How do I loot him? Ah, why? Yeah, this game feels way better on the sticks. Way, way better on the sticks. Alright, we dealt with the Driscolls. Ah, get up over this hilltop. My horse is up here somewhere. I feel like I hear someone else running around out here. I'm a cowboy, baby. What was that in the sky? Where's my horse? I don't know how to get my horse to show up. Oh, there it is, I think. My pony. Is it a fucking bear? Oh.
You're okay.
No, I wounded it.
Nice and easy.
I don't think so, fuck man.
Stay there. You know we gonna kill you.
Damn, dude. There's fucking bounty hunters out there for me. Son of a biscuit. All because I didn't know how to call my horse. A horse is a horse, of course, of course. Okay, but where's my pony? I don't know why I had a bounty out on me in the first place. My pony!
Come on, boy.
Valentine. Okay, I gotta get back to camp. Get back to camp, see what we got next. Oh my god, you'll share my stream in a Kick community? Oh my god, you'll give me lots of viewers? Oh my god, let me show you the door real quick. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and assume there's no fast travel in this game either. You a bounty hunter? Move! You get the fuck. What? So after you tell me to move, son? No! No! Oh, God.
Damn, I'm out of bullets. Damn it! This what you want? Blasted
People gotta say mean things to me. You gotta say mean things to me when I'm just riding my pony trying to go back to camp. This is what has to happen. No. And some people say hello on Kick. Yeah, they all just come in to offer services. Dude, that's really what it is. It's either that one right there, Benny, or it's either they come in and they try and witness. Oh, no! Oh, God, he witnessed us. Oh, we gotta take him down. God, there's so much side stuff in this game. Wanted. I'm just riding my pony.
What the hell you playing at?
No, I'll leave you be. I'll leave you be. Yeah, it's either that, Benny, or they come in and they try and sell you. It's like, oh, you want custom banners or emotes or stuff like this? That's why I'm getting investigated. I was this close to frickin' Valentine when I did it.
Oh my God, no!
There. New Hanover. Okay. All right, let's see if we can find us a poker game real quick.
Hello.
Hello. Pay off your bounty at the post office? I don't think I will.
Out of the damn way!
You know I ain't much for tough talk. I've had to quiet the
Looks like it's the first time in here for you, sir.
I heard that.
What'll it be then?
I'll have a beer.
Yeah, here's your beer.
So you here for the auction? Because my advice would be to steer well clear of the fellow who runs that auction yard. Morris Payton's his name. Crooked as a dog's hind leg. More of a friend of the rustlers than any working man. And does Sheriff Malloy do anything about it? Of course he don't. They're all in it together.
Where's the poker
Anyways, I can
games
see
at?
you ain't interested in any of this, so I'll just shut my mouth.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Because I'm still learning, Benny, and there was a witness, and I got scared, and I tried to chase the witness down, and then none of that worked, and yeah. Yeah. We're learning as we go. We're learning as we go.
Boy. You're okay, boy.
Why are you carrying that gun?
Hey, you. Get back to camp.
What are you doing back here? Go on. Get.
Oh, you're lucky I don't come back there. You're lucky I don't come back there, you son of a bitch. Noted, in the future when I commit rampant murder, I will... Oh, is the guy still down here? This is where the body was hanging, right? Oh my god, they have it lit up with a lantern, too. Good heavens. That's where I got gunned down by the 5-0 last time. Responding. You unlock roaring, slow RB, and tap X on the station. Ooh, horse wheelie.
Yeah.
Where did I go the wrong way? I'm supposed to cut down. Blah! Blah! Back in camp, safe and sound. Camp funds are $94. I got some more than that. Oh, more than that.
Arthur.
Dutch? Miss O'Shea?
Miss O'Shea?
Feels like we are finally getting back on
No,
our
I keep trying to find the poker
feet.
games. I gotta find them one of these
For
times.
them bonds we stole?
Not yet, but Jose is working on it.
When we heading west?
Soon? I don't know.
Feels like things have changed. The whole world's changed. But they don't want folk like us no more. We're being hunted.
We are smarter than them. Only the feeblest of men take
I still don't like how we went after Colm Driscoll and Dutch kind of just sat back and chilled.
Morgan. You have to.
They got Micah. Dutch. Arthur.
What's going on?
They got Micah. He's been arrested for murder. He was in Strawberry.
It's okay, son. Breathe.
They nearly lynched me. They got Micah and the sheriffs in Strawberry, and there's talk of hanging him.
Here's hoping. Arthur, what? The fool brought this on himself. You know my feelings about him, Dutch.
You think I can't see past his bluster to the heart inside? He is a fine man.
No, I ain't saving that fool.
I can't go. My face will be all over West Elizabeth. I am asking. He would do it for you.
Man, Dutch is getting real good at sending me out to do his dirty work and not coming.
You okay, Lenny?
Yeah, of course I'm okay.
You don't seem okay.
You take that kid into town. Valentine, not Strawberry. Get him drunk. And Arthur, no crazy business.
I've given that up.
And you get Micah out of that jail.
Come on, son. I'll get to it, Dutch.
I'll get to it,
Drop
Dutch.
everything. Let's go, boy.
All right, this seems like it's going to be a long quest, so we're going to call it there on the game for the night. We're at 8 o'clock anyway. Yep, we're good. All right, so we saw what was going on at the Driscoll cabin. We're gonna get set up for some poker next time. We got a big old wad of cash now. Dutch is saying we're supposed to support the camp. Oh, Ron, why would you say such evil? I will avoid the Chagas at all costs. I already got the lime side. I'm going to avoid the Chagas side. But we're going to get some poker set up next time. We got a big old wad of cash. Dutch wants us to give a nice percentage to the camp every time. I don't know how much I trust Dutch right now. He's sending me out to do a whole lot of dirty work, claiming that, it's the right thing to do. He can see people's hearts and do all this other stuff. And I don't know, man. I got a distrust for Dutch right now. I don't know why. Something about Colm Driscoll and having a shot at him and him not coming, even though it wasn't in a town where his face could be on a poster or something. Just doesn't add up. But on that note, guys, thank you so much for hanging out tonight. Absolutely awesome stream. We were booming in here. We had double digits a couple times. McCarthy, Bucky, Benny, anyone else who's still hanging out, thank you guys so much for hanging out, as always. Anyone who's lurking out there, thank you so much. Lurking is love. Lurking is love. You ain't got to be a conversation to be here and be having fun. We'll do a little more Red Dead tomorrow. We'll see what's going on. I'll be starting normal time tomorrow. And yeah, hopefully I'll have good news on The Office. Hopefully I will have my cable ran in the morning, I hope. And we'll see what happens from there. But on that note, you guys all have a good night. Eat some good food. Get some good sleep. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye-bye. I lost my mouse. I meant to disappear.